Big game for both teams, especially the Oilers. See if they can bounce back. I believe Skinner's getting the start tonight. Borowski obviously going to be in net for Florida.
Inside Amaret Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida. It was the Panthers at 7 last year. They have a 2-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers. Thanks so much for joining us, Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Jackie Redmond, and Darren Pang. So Edmonton, Eddie, down 2-1 in the series. Making some changes tonight. Troy Stetcher and Jeff Skinner enter the Oilers lineup.
Yeah, Skinner forward. He's got a goal and assist so far in these playoffs. Hasn't played since the Dallas series where he scored a goal.
Troy Stetcher in the lineup.
He hasn't played since Game 4 of that series against Dallas. I'm a little surprised they took John Klingberg out of the lineup.
Big game.
I think he's played pretty darn well, especially the first 2 games of the series. But it certainly gets everybody's attention inside that Edmonton.
Big game for both teams, but Edmonton really needs this one.
And the Edmonton Oilers.
The 2 superstars, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, both held without a point in Game 3.
Yeah, and only 2 shots on goal between the 2 of them, and the captain, Connor McDavid, had both of those shots. For Leon Draisaitl, a very quiet game, and usually when great players, which doesn't happen very often, have quiet games,
we have a big one after.
Game, Kenny, usually is a dangerous for the opponent.
Here come the Panthers.
Prepared
onto the ice.
From the 2 very best of the Edmonton Oilers here in Game 4.
Speaking of the Florida Panthers, what a postseason it has been for Sam Bennett.
14 goals in these playoffs. Nobody has more goals
been on
than
a
Sam
roll.
Bennett. He is the favorite right now to win the MVP trophy of the playoff, the Conn Smythe trophy for the best player in the playoffs, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. You talk about having a shift for the ages, or from the Stanley Cup final, Kenny. What did he do on this goal back in the second period of Game 3? He takes out Podkolzin, he takes out Klingberg, and all of a sudden he gets a breakaway and he goes backhand, forehand, shelf on Stuart Skinner. He is doing
Bennett
it all.
has been lights out.
And that just speaks to the depth of the
Borowski's been lights out.
Their second straight Stanley Cup.
The opening face-off, moments away. Oilers hoping to even the series at 2 games apiece. Panthers.
Edmonton made a few changes.
3-1 lead.
Skinner's still in net though.
Back to Edmonton for Game 5 on Saturday. First 2 games went to overtime. Panthers 6-1 in a rout in Game 3.
Some talk about who would play goal for the Edmonton Oilers going into this Game 4. Of course, Stu Skinner did not make it out of Game 3. Calvin Pickard came in, but it is Stuart Skinner in goal here to start.
Skinner's going to start tonight.
Game 4.
At the other end, Sergei Bobrovsky has been magnificent for the Florida Panthers. To public address announcer, Andrew Gimbert.
With the national anthems coming up, and then game time.
To the ice and welcome tonight's hero among us, 102-year-old World War II veteran.
Another 102-year-old vet.
Third class Joseph Malani, United States Coast Guard. Thank you for your service and dedication to our country.
No doubt.
Please rise and remove your caps for the performance of our national anthems. Signed tonight by Florida resident and deaf performer with PXP, John Paul Chapien. Here to perform O Canada and the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Hannah Walpole.
Hey, Hannah. I never met an ugly Hannah, really.
Our home and native land.
National anthems being sung. Don't want to catch a copyright. What up, Juice? UFC this weekend. I forgot there was UFC again this weekend. There's some good fights. Usman versus Buckley. What's his name's coming back to fight? Couple decent fights on that card. Probably watch some of the UFC this weekend. I think they're in Atlanta. I hope Kamaru Usman wins. But he's getting up there. Cody Garbrandt's fighting. Roses too? No shit. Shit, it sounds like it's better than the pay-per-view the other night. I like Usman. Usman's one of my favorites. Usman's run was really good. His 17-fight win streak was crazy. But Buckley's been on fire. I worry about Usman getting clipped. Getting hit with a head kick or something fucking stupid.
Through the perilous fight.
I think whoever wins that fight has got to be coming up on a title shot soon. Maybe one more fight. I'd like to see Kamaru versus Magdalena. That'd be a good fight. Yeah, and that was only a 3-round fight. I think Khamzat was starting to gas in that fight a little bit. Usman was starting to perform a little bit better in that 3rd round. You know, he's used to fighting 5 rounds. Here we go. Big game 4. I want to see Kamaru. I want to see Khamzat knock
Game
off
4. Panthers Oilers in Sunrise, Florida.
Oilers, Panthers. I don't really care.
Football Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, longtime Miami Dolphin.
I wouldn't be mad if either team won.
Fans all fired up. As we head down to ice level, check in with Brian Boucher.
Thanks, Kenny. Stuart Skinner.
I'm pulling for the Oilers a little bit more.
As Edzo mentioned, not surprised for me that he's getting the start. I think he deserves it. However, I do
Stuart
think
Skinner gonna
the leash
start.
is going to be short. His Game 4 numbers are staggering. Absolutely perfect in career Game 4s, and there's no storyline that is not brought up in the playoffs. I'm sure he's well aware of his Game 4s, and he can build confidence off of knowing that he's been good in those situations. I don't pin the loss on him in Game 3, but he needs to come up with the necessary saves to allow his team to hang in there here in Game 4.
Florida's up 2-1. This is Game 4.
Pace to start. Connor McDavid, Nugent Hopkins.
Florida whooped their ass last year. Edmonton head were up their ass.
Start for the Panthers. Game 4 is underway. Here's McDavid.
Oh, McDavid almost scores on his first shot.
Out in front.
Nice save, Borowski.
McDavid has it again.
Oh, McDavid's not being timid tonight.
Out to the point for Bouchard.
Bouchard shoots wide.
Stepped in by Kulak, and now Reinhardt over for Florida. Good opening shift for the Oilers.
But a play by Connor Brown to create the chance for Connor McDavid, and
Connor McDavid coming out shooting.
really good stop.
They need him to. He was timid in Game 3.
But Connor Brown made a heck of a play to get that puck to a center iceman.
Edmonton dumps it in.
There has been a goal scored in the first 2
Both
minutes.
teams fighting for the puck behind the net.
First 3 games.
Florida comes up with it.
Arena picks up the puck for
Comes across mid-ice. Dumps it in.
into the right of Skinner. Marchand. Then Stetcher making his first appearance in this series.
Nice shot and save by Skinner.
Well, just like in game
Lasterman. Sneaky shot from the point.
Good first shift. And look at that play by Connor Brown. Beautifully done.
Oh, McDavid almost beat him.
Positioning. Bush makes a good stop.
Yeah, an important save early on.
Nice
Finds it off with
save
the
by
shoulder, understanding that
Borowski.
there's no passing option, so it allows him to be at the top of the
Borowski's been a
It's
stud.
really strong save early on a bad play from Brown on the wall. Not an easy play to make, I'm sure, with that.
Borowski's been a stud.
Good shoot it too there.
Face off to the right of Skinner.
To do a
Minute into
better
this
job
game.
of is to at least give yourself a chance when you shoot the puck in that it becomes a 50-50 puck.
Florida wins the faceoff.
Shot from Seth Jones. Did not make it through. Bouncing puck. Kapanen.
Edmonton
knocks it out of
clears.
zone. Sam Bennett, 14 goals. Leading the NHL
Here comes Florida.
this season. He has scored in every game of this series.
Save, Skinner. Another save, Skinner. Edmonton better get it out.
Defended by Ekholm. Here's Kachuk.
Ooh, nice one-timer. 2 saves, Skinner. Bennett denied. Kachuk denied. Skinner, huge saves.
To rob Sam Bennett. Now Evander Kane throws one off the side of the cage.
Edmonton back the other way.
Centering pass.
Can't keep it in.
Broke it up. Seth Jones. Rodriguez.
Wow.
Up over the glass.
I think
Stuart
fortunately
Skinner
for
coming up
Stuart
huge
Skinner,
already.
The Edmonton Oilers is that Sam Bennett shot this puck back into the goaltender, Stuart Skinner. Right part of your screen, there's Bennett.
Wow.
Somehow he fights his way all the way over.
Skinner
here.
gets back to his feet just in time to
That's a
make the
great
save on
He finds that puck.
Bennett.
I thought on the initial look it was going back the other way, and it just hits him.
Beauty
He's
of a
fortunate
save.
that it hit his rib, that his arm didn't inadvertently knock the puck in.
Both goalies with some tough saves early. Skinner makes another one and another one and covers it up.
By Skinner, and he hangs on to it.
Skinner,
Barkov with a great chance.
great first few minutes of this game.
Right out in front, maybe twice for
Edmonton.
Barkov. Reinhart just throws his puck at the net for Hickey, throws it back. There's one, and then one
Edmonton
right
better
after
wake
that.
up.
Excellent stops here by Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, and Edzo, keep in mind, no matter what happened in Game 3, that can all be erased within the first 10 minutes of a hockey game. If you have a start the way Skinner's starting right now, what happened in Game 3 is a distant memory. Let's see if he can continue to build off of
Edmonton needs to make something happen tonight. Florida dumps it back in.
Unbelievable record.
Skinner out of the net. Here comes Edmonton though.
Here's Puck Colson.
Nice job clearing the puck.
Now Yanmar. Taken to the boards by Greer.
Myanmar hasn't done anything for the Oilers.
Kept it at the line. And out of play with 2:38 gone here in an action-packed early portion of the first period.
Well, when you make lineup changes,
No score, 17-22 to play in the first. Florida with 5 shots on goal to Edmonton's 1.
Sin and Klingberg, and you bring in Skinner and Stetcher. Gonna have some different looks. So Corey Perry on the so-called fourth line right now, but he will get his looks on the power play.
Stuart Skinner coming up big already.
Numbers in the games 4 through 7, pretty darn impressive.
Florida wins
for
another faceoff.
Stoplock and the Oilers.
18-2.
Been dominating the faceoff.
2 postseasons.
Again tonight.
4 through 7. Here's Marchand.
Oh, Marchand. Nice save.
We asked Knobloch to score
Skinner.
the keys later in series. He said goaltending and special teams. And of course, McDavid and Draisaitl as well. Here's Kane. Pass Mikkola. Throws the puck across. And now it's Marchand.
Right back
For
out.
the Panthers.
Every time Edmonton gets it in, it's right back out the other way.
Look at the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook.
That's offsides on Florida. Ekblad.
Bush, I know you're talking about Stuart Skinner. You talked about 10 minutes. Can you gain traction in 3.5 minutes?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I mean, so critical to feel the puck early on, and it looked like Florida, those first two shots from the outside allowed them to feel the puck. Remember, the first goal against early on, it was a real scramble play, not an easy play in game
Edmonton
three.
wins the faceoff.
Comfortable in the game, but when you make that first save, and it's a big one, the bench is banging their
Dumping
sticks.
into the Florida end. Stolen by Florida.
Early on.
This is the longest we have gone into a game without a goal in this series.
Nice pass. Cross ice.
And it fires.
Nice shot by Bennett. Save.
Puck sent around by Frederick.
Skinner. 7 saves in 4 minutes
It wasn't for the outstanding
for the
stops
Edmonton
and
goalie.
by either goaltender. I mean, McDavid had the great chance off the left shoulder of
Line
Bronsky, and
changes.
a great save by Skinner on Bennett.
Florida takes it out of their own end.
As well.
No icing. Skinner
There's Evan Bouchard.
gets it to Bouchard.
McDavid with speed.
Here comes McDavid.
Florida zone.
Turns it over.
Now Bouchard for the Oilers. Shots are 7-1 in favor of the Panthers. Florida with the last 7 shots on goal after the great opening shift by the Oilers.
Edmonton deep in the zone.
Big hit there.
Big hit. Florida comes up with the puck back the other way through the neutral zone.
Back into the Oilers zone. Skinner will stick to the side. Markov looking for his first point of the series. Dropped by Forsland, did not make it through. Kept alive by Reinhart. Reinhart sends it deep for Markov. The Panthers captain, Markov, defended by McDavid and Kulak. Now Verhaeghe to the puck.
Nice pass.
Back out to the point. Here's Forsland on his birthday shot, blocked in front and up over the glass.
Kulak with the shot.
Florida
Great
putting the
passing
heat
by
on
Panthers.
early.
Tons of it, but tape to tape, no
Edmonton,
hesitation
a
at
slow
all.
start tonight.
Just defense in between. Look at this one-touch passes here.
Other than that one shot by McDavid at the very beginning.
If you're going to stand like that and not cover anybody, you're going to screen the goaltender, you better get it. And that's what that man did right there.
And that's exactly the way they want to play it. They want the defenseman fronting pucks. They don't want him engaged.
No score. 15 minutes to play in the first.
Pucks when he's going to fight through 2 screens. So as a defenseman, stay loose. Make sure you get those wristers. Don't let him through. Good job there by Kulak.
As a forward in front of the net, you love that. You know, if you get there, that
Face
can
off
get
to
in
the
a
right of
wrestling
Skinner.
match in front of the net.
Won by Florida.
There's Nicola, doesn't shoot. Now Jones.
Ooh, Marchand.
Crease.
Dangerous puck
To the
across the
by
net.
Seth Jones. Now picked off by Stetcher. Was Stetcher playing his 7th game of the postseason. Puck was knocked out of
Edmonton
the air by
can't
Jones.
even get into the
Big
Florida
one,
end
lost it. Kapanen sends it back down.
once again.
Jones in pursuit for Florida.
Finally
Nicola
do.
to help out. Gives the puck away. Right side.
Ooh.
Trying to get it through to Kapanen. And the Panthers clear the puck out. Sent back along
Both
by
teams
Nurse.
making a line
5.5
change.
in first period. Some outstanding saves made by Stuart Skinner. Panthers and Oilers scoreless.
Skinner took a run at Kane, took a run at Jones, and just upended him.
Nice hit by Perry.
Perry and Jones came together. Puck pulls it back out for Ekholm. And now Jake Grohl.
He has trouble.
To the slot. Janmark. Sorry.
Nice save, Borowski.
Clear comes away with the loose puck. Here's Kazanich. Now AJ Clear.
Uh-oh. Nice job by the defenseman getting back.
AJ Greer made that play with only one
For
bump on him.
Edmonton.
He lost his left glove back in his own zone and was able to make that pass and create the chance. Excellent opportunity for a 4th line that played very well.
Florida coming out of their own end.
Kulikov, puck deflected in by Gagnon.
Tapped in. Skinner plays it.
With Liam and the gang on our pregame show.
Gets it to the defenseman.
6.5 minutes in. Jake Wallman. Back behind the Edmonton.
Nice forecheck by Florida. Wallman can't clear it. Finally does. Here's McDavid. Keeps it in.
Over as well.
They get it out to Bouchard.
Across for an open Kulak.
Little Gulak wide.
Puck sent out by
And
Rodriguez.
Florida clears it.
Gathered in by Kulak. Moves it back down.
McDavid into the corner.
Rodriguez for the Panthers.
Almost a turnover. Florida clears it.
Down into the Edmonton zone.
Rodriguez just got rid of it in the nick of time.
Puck took a funny bounce.
Oh no!
Skinner
Turnover in front of the Edmonton net.
Put it back on goal.
And Skinner has to make another beautiful save. Stuart Skinner needs some help. Edmonton's leaving him out to fry. I think he's already got 9 saves.
The gold pad of Bobrovsky. Skinner outstanding at the other end.
Almost buries one. Edmonton's got to give Stuart Skinner some help. TV timeout. No score. 12:40 to go. Excuse me, 12:45 to go in the first. Ugh. Stuart Skinner, perfect 8 saves. Bobrovsky with 1 or 2 saves. Other than the first line, Edmonton cannot keep that puck in the Florida end. They really got to figure something out quickly, or else Florida's going to put one home soon. Or they'll draw a penalty or something. They can't continue to play in their own end and allow Stuart Skinner to be peppered. He's already faced at least 4 or 5 difficult ones that were tough saves. We're not even halfway through the first. McDavid looks a little bit better tonight. Looks like he's trying to attack a little bit more. But if those other lines for Edmonton can't produce, Florida's going to beat them again tonight. Other than the first line, Edmonton has put no pressure on Florida in their own end. It's like the only line that manufactures goals for Edmonton is that first line. 12:45 to go in the first. Let's get back to the game.
Florida, and who, yes, is in the building.
Oh, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in the building. Big fucking deal.
So you could say, Kenny, have a lot of bad blood through 4 games of this Stanley Cup final, but my
No pun
goodness,
intended.
Taylor Swift will bring the eyeballs for this one as we see a shot from
Skinner, another tough save.
I'm doing your job now, Kenny. I apologize, but Taylor Swift,
Wow.
basically the Wayne Gretzky of music right now.
Florida
Over
beating up on
250
the
songs,
Oilers
14
early.
Grammys. She's broken records by the Beatles.
They're going to score one soon if they don't wake
Job
up.
with the play-by-play, Jackie, as the Edmonton Oilers look to shake
Marchand
off their Game 3 loss.
kicks it out.
In Game 4 in Sunrise.
Still can't clear.
Now Nicola.
Nice save, Skinner.
By Skinner.
Almost deflected home.
Anything else you want to add?
Nicola with a sneaky shot.
I thought Jackie did a tremendous job.
She did, but the last part was very nice.
Almost deflected off a Florida player. Could have easily went in.
Listen, Kenny, I'm envious of you for many, many reasons, but at the tippity top of that list is this photo right here. You've actually met Taylor Swift. What year was this? It looks like the 1989 era.
Wow. I mean, Bruce called you old the other night, Eddie. Now it's Jackie.
Edmonton clears.
That's an album of hers. I'm not saying the year was 1989.
Here comes Kachuk.
That's an album reference.
Dumps it in.
2014.
Edmonton can't clear.
Pass intended for Kachuk, picked off.
They finally do.
And now it's sent back in by Kulikov. Bruce might be going for the photo op tonight. What do you think? Absolutely.
Another tough one. Ooh, just wide.
So is Condon.
Florida loses the puck.
Moving the puck back into the
Dumped it back in. Line change, Florida.
8.5 minutes in. First period, Oilers, Panthers, scoreless. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup final. Here's Draisaitl, stays onside. Puck control by Puck Colson.
There you go, Edmonton.
Works it back out.
Oh, blocked in front. Nice play by Kachuk or Bennett. One of them guys,
Shots 10-2
I believe.
in favor of Florida. Edmonton with their first shot on goal, 8 seconds in, only 1-6. Bouchard moves the puck in deep.
Edmonton dumps it in, right back out. Here comes Florida.
2. Reinhart lost the puck. Bouchard with it. Up the right side. Off the stick of Perry. Held in by Nicola. Verhaeghe couldn't control.
Loose puck, Edmonton gathers. Right back out.
Clear.
different looking line there.
Line change for Edmonton.
Olsen, Draisaitl, and Perry out there and even crank together.
There's Lundell around Brown. Anton Lundell into the
Ooh. Deflected up into the net. Florida continues to pressure. 10 shots on net to Edmonton's 2. I don't know how long Skinner can keep making saves like he has.
Stuart Skinner, the big story early. Speculation as to whether he would start game 4, and he's been outstanding.
He really has some high-quality chances for the home team. And
Edmonton wins the faceoff.
Stuart Skinner giving his team an opportunity to get into this game. They're being outshot 10.
Get it out of their end.
Shot attempts 20-8.
Florida gets it in the neutral zone. Turnover, no whistle. Edmonton behind the Florida net.
Set back up the boards,
and Florida gets it right back out. Good job by Marchand.
Back for the Oilers. Now it's Moscarina. McDavid sends it ahead. Nugent Hopkins onto the stick of Brown. Shouldered off the puck by Schmidt.
Here comes Florida.
The Edmonton zone. Greer pushed it too far ahead. And now it's Stetcher for Edmonton. He takes a hit from Gadjevich.
Might be a nice hit. Nope.
5 assists in the series.
He's going to make it far enough.
For A.J. Greer.
Oh, Greer whiffed. Oh, and they're going to call a penalty on Evander Kane. Wow, his 3rd penalty that I can remember in the last 2 games. He might have more than that. Another high stick.
First penalty in game 2, 2 of the first 3 in game 3.
There's a
Edmonton has given up so many power plays on high sticks in the playoffs. In this series alone, I think they've given up 3 or 4 on high sticking. And Evander Kane going to the penalty box again. TV timeout before the Panthers power play. 9:22 to go in the first. Florida will be on a power play when the game comes back on. No score. Skinner with 10 saves. Borowski with 2. Florida's had many more opportunities. And no one has done anything for Edmonton other than the first line with 2 shots. And this face-off, I believe, will be in the Edmonton end. What up, what up? Yeah, right.
The best of them. He sure has done that. How does he do it, and how are you able to maintain this?
Yeah, no, we needed him to have a great start, strong start. We knew they were going to come out flying here, the momentum from the previous game, and he's come up with some big saves, which we needed.
And a big penalty kill right here with Kane in the box.
Absolutely. We got off to a great start. Last game, killed off
our first play. Florida going on the power play.
Like we did last game.
Thanks, Coach.
Evander Kane. Another penalty.
Here is Seth Jones with a shot. Rebound comes out. Kachuk with it. Back out to the point. In flat for now a Chewy power play. Panthers scored 3 times with the man advantage in game 3.
Oh, man, dangerous.
And it's Bouchard who's
Ekblad almost put one in.
the puck down ice.
A little bit of a different look here for this number 1 power play unit for the Panthers there. They tried to go goal line.
A minute and a half on the power play.
Bouchard, as you picked up, Kenny played that beautifully.
Florida brings it in.
On the back door to Ekblad. Puck went out of play.
And it went out of bounds.
Kenny, you mentioned Evander Kane. First penalty again Greer drew the penalty, and then he had a message for the Oiler bench as he skated back to his own bench, and sounded like he said all day long.
Friggin' Evander Kane.
The skin of Evander Kane. The first TV timeout, awfully quiet for the longest portion of it, and then towards the end, Kane very vocal to the Florida bench, and then takes the first penalty of the hockey game, and I'm sure he's hoping that his team can do a job for him and get this thing
Here's
killed.
Kachuk with the puck to Ekblad.
Just over a minute remaining on
Dumped
the
in.
power play for Florida. Now Barkov around Janmark. In behind the net, Kachuk. Back out to the point for Jones. Barkov taking
Another penalty. Oh, man.
5-on-3 coming.
And that's going to go on Nurse. Another penalty box hero. Both of these guys are killing Edmonton. Nurse and Kane both had a couple penalties the other night, and they both have a penalty already now. Florida's going to have a 2-man advantage for the next minute, 2 seconds. No score, 8:24 to go in the first. Florida's going to get one. They'll be on the power play for the next 3 minutes.
Chris Rooney, and what a chance here for the Panthers.
Kachuk scores, told you. And they still get a 1-man advantage for the next 2 minutes. Kachuk, a huge goal. No one took Kachuk either.
Side goal by the Florida Panthers on Stuart Skinner. Win the face-off, attack right away.
Got screened by his own guys.
I mean, no question, a screen.
Beautiful shot by Kachuk.
On that short side,
Blocker
stick
side.
of Stuart Skinner.
1-0 Florida. Beautiful shot.
prior to see what Skinner
Only place he could put that puck. Laser.
There's Big Walt. And his mom, Chantel, a.k.a.
So Florida will have another 2 minutes of a power play.
nicknamed Walt by Eddie when they played together in Winnipeg.
He could shoot the puck.
Matthew Kachuk.
Power play continues.
1-0 Florida.
First of the series for Kachuk. His sixth of the postseason. Barkov with his first point of the series.
Oh, wow, that was trouble.
Puck deflected off the stick of Schmidt.
Edmonton got lucky.
Panthers regroup. Here's Verhaeghe. Now Marchand. Panthers strike first on the power play, the 5-on-3. After the penalties taken by Kane and Nurse.
Bennett could have got a penalty there, Coach.
The whole bench.
Oh, boy.
Bench
Schmidt.
stood up, thought it was a high stick.
Oh, nice redirection. Marchand almost scored one.
Here's Schmidt across Bennett. Deflected wide by Marchand. Under a minute to go on the power play for Florida. They lead 1-0.
Nice pass. Verhaeghe deflected wide.
Oilers need to clear badly here.
Verhaeghe with it again. Here's Schmidt. Verhaeghe. Now Bennett.
Nice steal.
Play by McDavid.
McDavid almost on a break. Good play by Schmidt.
Great defensive play.
Just might have saved the goal.
Feeling for Nate Schmidt there.
McDavid was going to be off and running. Big play by Schmidt.
Was able to just get that stick in a position.
1-0 Florida.
Right away.
20 seconds on the power play.
Here comes Barkov. Barkov and Ekholm come together. Kachuk over to play the puck. Battling with Henry.
5 seconds on the power play. Jones.
Or Kachuk.
Oh, Kachuk almost ended up with another one.
And now Reinhardt with it after the puck skipped through the crease. Penalty expires. Ekblad fires
Here's
it around
Kachuk
for
again.
Kachuk. Oilers back to close play.
Nice save, Skinner. On Barkov.
Connor McDavid from our 18.
Connor McDavid almost had a breakaway. Short-handed.
Get by Schmidt, and then right there.
Nate Schmidt with a huge save.
David
Knocked the puck
tries
away
to
just in time.
to go back the other way. The Oilers looking for something. Then Schmidt
Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't.
You get a foot race there, you're not winning.
1-0 Florida, 6:16 to go in the first. Kachuk with the goal. Skinner's played well. Borowski's only had to make 2 saves for Florida. Face off to the right of Skinner. Won by Edmonton. Edmonton's got to wake up quickly. Florida right back the other way. Lindell working in front of the net.
Maintains control of the puck. Now taken away by Nurse. Pass from Nurse was behind Frederick. Oilers have iced the puck.
No, it doesn't look good, Jet. They're playing exactly
Bush talked about the Edmonton Oilers bench.
like they played to start the other day.
Bowman is battling,
Makes me sick.
and the stick ended up being lodged
Makes
under
me sick.
his right arm, and
They started out just like they did the other night, only
Bowman reacted
they didn't
like that,
score a
hit him
goal.
up in the facial area.
Spent all Florida. Stuart Skinner has had no help.
The bench trying to
He's made
help
some
the
great
officials there
saves.
to make some sort of call, as Bush may mention.
No icing.
Big hit on Frederick.
Sent back around for Trent Frederick. Off the stick of Bobrovsky.
Ooh. Edmonton, McDavid with the puck. Out to Bouchard.
Evan Bouchard with a shot.
And it's going to be deflected out of play.
Out of play.
Another different looking line and even strength for the Oilers.
Matthew Tkachuk on the power play with Taylor and Travis in the building. 1-0 Panthers.
No one can do anything except for Edmonton's first line once in a while. That's their problem. Their second, third, and fourth line have done nothing. Too many power plays. Already gave up 2 power plays tonight. At the same time, they were down 5-3 when Florida scored. Same guys committing penalties for Edmonton. Kane and Nurse both draw penalties. Kane with another high stick. He got called for a high stick almost every game this fucking NHL Finals. Stupid. Stupid play. That's like basic shit. Of all the rules in hockey, you know you got to keep your stick down. But we'll see if Edmonton can get something going. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first. Down by 1 on the Tkachuk power play goal. 5-on-3 advantage. Nice wrist shot. The Oilers had 2 of their own men screening their own goalie, and Tkachuk just shot it in the perfect spot. Block aside. Other than that, Skinner's been incredible. Here's Edmonton. Bouchard. Nice save, Borowski. Edmonton keeps it in.
Together now, Corey Terry comes in, and the Panthers clear the puck down.
What up, Cannon?
Time to see Corey Perry and even strength with Connor McDavid.
Here's Edmonton.
Off to McDavid, dump in. Battle for the puck along the wall. Comes out
Bouchard.
to Bouchard. Bouchard now carries back out.
Here's McDavid. Shoot the puck. There you go.
Borowski, puck is loose.
Nice save, Borowski. But at least he shot it. McDavid's got to shoot the puck.
And the Oilers zone. High switch up there, and McDavid able to get to the middle of the ice. And this is what
Almost.
done
pretty
Oilers
much all
need more of
series
that.
long. When McDavid gets an opportunity in a scoring area, he comes up with the important save, and more importantly, he's able to swallow up the rebound as well.
2 nice saves by Borowski on that possession by the Oilers.
Side will end one down. Just under 5 to play, first period.
Face off to the left of Borowski. Godolkin gonna take it. Versus Lindell. Florida wins it. They lose the puck.
Puck held in by Ekholm. Now Mikula looking for Marchand. Puck out of his own. High stick against
Another high stick on Edmonton.
stick, yeah.
Marchand get hit with a high stick.
This is a no-doubter.
Stupid play.
Edmonton 14, Ladder Poly.
Another high stick on Edmonton. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And that one's going to go on Ekblad, one of their best defensemen. Third power play.
Place presented by
Third penalty on Edmonton.
Not so happy for Matthias Ekholm.
Well, that interview that Anger did, Coach Chris Knobloch said, hopefully just
2 minute
kill this
power
penalty.
play.
Don't have to worry about like game 3 where they had to, had to kill off 4, I think, in that first period. And
Face off to the right of
the
Skinner.
third one they've had already in this first period.
Look at our
Edmonton wins the face-off and clears it.
Has had 11 power plays in game 3. That's the most in a Stanley Cup final since they started keeping track.
Oh,
Back in
stolen.
1977. Already 3 in the first period
Cleared.
tonight.
Barkov
They have scored on
And
1
the
during the
Panthers.
5-on-3.
coming out of their own end.
Here comes Barkov into the Oilers zone.
Uh-oh.
Slides it across.
Wide open net.
Getting a stick on it.
But what a pass by Barkov.
Man,
You have to watch this very quickly in the middle.
Panthers
of the
should have had
ice
another
because
one there.
One touches this puck to Kachuk. Watch this little touch right there. Boy, Kachuk headlight is so green. I'm sure he would think about it now. I know what he tried to do, and you mentioned the play by Kulak, but that's one of those there where Kachuk's got the first goal of the game. You go right back to that short side on Stewart's.
Oilers clear the puck again. 4 minutes to go in the first.
That was just a brilliant play with the one-touch pass.
1:10 to go on the power play.
That's a
Jones.
feeling that your D-man bailed you out, but you got to remember that because if they're looking to backdoor you, that's the
Kachuk
way you can
jumps
keep
it in.
back in the net.
Florida chases.
To not be overly aggressive in a situation like that. Got away with it.
Uh-oh.
Kachuk
Nice pass to Chuck.
gets the puck alive. Under a minute to go on the power play for Florida. Here's Ekblad between the circles.
Oh, nice job by the defense. Can't clear it, though. Good job by Seth Jones. Jones.
40 seconds remaining on the penalty. Now Kachuk. Barkov
Couldn't handle
moves
it.
back out. Jones with it. Over to Ekblad. Ekblad with a shot off the glove of Skinner. Played by Barkov. Here's
Florida's
Jones.
threatening.
Now Barkov. Down low. In front.
Nice save, Skinner. A nice score on the rebound. Kachuk with his second of the night. That's why I said I got to put him on my list tonight. He's due. 2 goals for Kachuk. Two up in Florida. Too easy. No one took Kachuk tonight. As who needs to have a big game when their team loses. Everyone took McDavid or Draisaitl. Kachuk with 2 goals in the first period.
It was on a tee.
Too easy.
For Skinner, it's one of those, it wasn't the hardest of shots. Reinhart bobbled it. But if Skinner
Edmonton's
could just swallow
defense
that shot, it didn't
is
have a
killing their
velocity.
goalie.
It bounced off his chest, and once that happened, he was in a real tough spot. You just want to make sure in a situation like that, you can just swallow it. The play is dead. There was no screen.
Edmonton in big trouble.
He doesn't do that, and he
Big,
pays the
big
price.
trouble.
Coach, as you mentioned, there was hesitation by Reinhart. The puck was rolling. We didn't
Florida's
right
just
away.
deeper. And they don't make mistakes.
Is that
They don't get called for dumbass
when that puck
penalties.
comes off of the stick, and it's to swallow it up when it is maybe on edge, so to speak.
It's hard, I thought, because initially, watch where Skinner is. He's deep, but then when he sees the bobble, he tries to take a step out. And I think when he takes the step out, that's when he's not able
You
to
can't blame Skinner for that one.
swallow that puck. If he just stays back on the initial one-timer, I think he's able to see it a little bit longer and smother it. But once it got bobbled, he took a step out, and unfortunately, he left the loose change, and the Panthers grabbed their second of the game.
Face off to the right of Borowski. Won by the Oilers.
Reinhardt and Barkov the assists.
Oilers lose it. Dump it back in.
2 points for Barkov. Matthew Tkachuk, both Florida goals. They've taken 17 shots on Stuart Skinner. Penalties once again an issue. Oilers have taken 3. Here in the first period, the reaction of his dad, Keith, Mom, Chantel. And we take you back down memory lane, Matthew and brother Brady, with some of the superstars. You saw Ovechkin and Malkin, then Crosby. There's Patrick Kane with their dad, Mr. Taryn. Keith Tkachuk, a.k.a. Walt, 538 goals during his illustrious National Hockey League career. Awesome.
Icing on the Panthers.
He would fit in very nicely on the
2-0. Matthew Tkachuk with both goals on power plays. One on a 5-on-3, one on a 5-on-4. 2:27 to go in the first. Florida 17 shots on goal. They've played over 6 minutes with an advantage.
and let you know that he did it.
Certainly deserves.
Not going to beat Florida playing them like that.
The son Matthew with a pair of goals. Brady in the playoffs this year for the first time with Ottawa. Here's Bouchard. They approach 2 minutes on the clock. Got by Ekholm.
Nice save, Borowski. Edmonton had a chance, couldn't finish. Draisaitl couldn't shoot it.
I don't know if that puck was too far in behind Draisaitl, but Perry made a great play and looked like that Draisaitl
should have put a shot on net there.
Bobrovsky, but nothing happened.
I don't know if he has something wrong with his arm
The Oilers, but a great play
or he couldn't handle it, but he had a wide open shot.
We saw him there in most of the series. They did not start that way here tonight.
Skinner can't clear the puck.
There's the puck around.
Florida keeps it in.
Past Seth Jones down into the Florida zone. No icing. Jones takes a hard hit from Trent Frederick.
Wow. All Florida.
Jeff Skinner on the ice, 53, sending the puck back out.
Nice save, Borowski.
Skinner had never played in a postseason game his first 14 years in the league.
Edmonton needs a goal
Steps up to keep it alive.
by someone else other than the first line.
Barkov and Nurse. Jeff Skinner with it for Edmonton. Verhaeghe up the boards. Frederick had to take it away by Verhaeghe.
Florida's just winning every lucky bounce, too.
First period as Reinhardt shoots in. Stetcher.
Every bounce is going Florida's way. And a score! Like I said, every bounce is going their way.
In the final minute of the opening.
Wow. Florida dumps the puck in, chases, just throw a puck in front. Edmonton doesn't get back, and it's 3-0 just like that. 41 seconds to play in the first. Holy smokes. Edmonton cannot catch a break.
Now works his tail off to jump out of the ice to hit the contact.
One-timer, breakaway.
I'm not sure Stetcher gets it. Oh, Stetcher takes a hit.
Not really
with the
Skinner's
stick.
fault. Lindell,
Watch the stick of Carter
wide
Verhaeghe.
open.
Below the goal line. We'll show you at the end of the period.
Edmonton showing no effort.
We got a stoppage.
No effort.
Carter Verhaeghe, right after he made the contact, he followed through with his stick and caught Stetcher right along the shield area or the forehead of the helmet.
They're chanting Skinner. Here comes Edmonton, 10 seconds to go. Can't even get the look, and there's going to be a
Stops play.
whistle.
Watch watch right here. Watch Verhaeghe. There's his stick, and then right.
Oh, that should have been a high stick. Wow.
That's a penalty. Wasn't called, wasn't seen.
Verhaeghe got away with a penalty on that goal.
Verhaeghe moves the puck to the front of the net.
Nothing going the Oilers' way.
No mistake.
A hard stick, too. Lucky he hit him with the visor.
Sure had the right play in mind, as though he was trying to draw Verhaeghe.
Edmonton cannot catch the break.
Looked like he just simply fanned on it, and as you pointed out,
that's horrible. I don't know how the refs missed that
there,
one.
and the put away after Verhaeghe corrals the puck. A tough period for the Edmonton Oilers between the penalties and the quick strikes. Not the start they needed here in Game 4.
Panthers have now scored 12 of the last 14 goals in this series.
Wow.
3 in the first period on 18 shots. That man, Matthew Tkachuk, with the first 2. And then Anton Lundell a moment ago. Lexus intermission report coming up. Liam Ace, Biz, Hank, and Gretz.
3-0 Florida. Wow. Edmonton doesn't even look like they want to be out there. Other than Skinner. Edmonton's second and third line have totally shit the bed. Crazy. Penalties, power plays, killing the Oilers. Once again. I'm going to go use the restroom. The intermission report will be on in 1 second. I'll be right back.
You have to stay calm.
I am calm. Okay.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Oh!
SafeLight Replace. But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to SafeLight.com and we can come to you.
Sick.
Our highly trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway.
Have a good day. I love you.
With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace. Woo!
First wash since I bought it. Still can't believe this thing is yours. No. Navy Federal Credit Union gave me such an affordable car loan. The rest was easy. I mean, I can't imagine where I'd be without them.
Get me in there!
I'm gonna check the windows. Yeah, good idea.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
To get any job done right, you want tools you're proud of. Tools good enough for the pros, but designed to be easier to use for everyone. You want Husqvarna. Smart, reliable, tough. Bring your H game.
Wow, DraftKings, that's an aggressive offer. Right, Paul Bissonnette?
Yeah, great offer.
Biz? What's with them?
You're a business star!
I've watched a lot of hockey from the penalty box, so they make me feel at home.
Those throw pillows don't match!
It's nice to have fans.
New customers turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins. Paid instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
Guys, too far. See you tomorrow, Paul.
Welcome to the Outback.
I came here to compete against the best of the best.
14 legendary survivalists.
This is the toughest last one standing yet.
One epic showdown.
$100,000 on the line.
Who will be
This is down to the wire.
number one?
I'm gonna be the last one standing.
Last one standing. The competition continues. Sundays at 8 on Discovery. Monday.
I heard I was your number one fan.
Babe, you got my everything.
There's a little voice in my head like, Quickie, stop being a dumbass.
I see you going close to Courtney a little bit.
I think she's really a cool girl. I actually like her.
You know, that's my girl, right? At least, lady will pick you over me.
You think you're better?
I think I'm more man than you.
I think I'm sitting down.
Are you tired?
No, you said the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
90 Day Hunt for Love. All new Monday at 8 on TLC.
Selected intermission report. A lack of composure crushed the Oilers in Game 3 tonight. Disciplinary issues continue. 5-on-3. Matthew Tkachuk. 5 minutes later, another power play. Matthew Tkachuk. Here, a penalty that probably should have been called on Florida. Doesn't. Anton
Florida getting all the breaks again.
Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift.
It's a cruel summer, boys. It's a cruel summer.
It feels that way right now for the Edmonton Oilers.
Little Taylor Swift.
Certainly
cruel
does.
Summer.
You got the whole catalog. Yeah, you've been waiting for this entire thing.
I've saved that one since Dadjevik too. Are you a Swiftie? I am. Okay. I got 2 daughters. Okay. So don't hold it against me. What about you, Wayne?
I know her. I don't know King Pony, but I know her.
We've been through it all.
Sorry, Leo. Go ahead.
Leaving you, Edson Carter, Henrik Lundqvist, Wade Gretzky.
Asking Gretzky about fucking if he knows any Taylor Swift songs. He goes, no, but I know who she is.
We're kind of like Panasonic. We're slightly ahead of our time. We said Edmonton's got to stay out of the penalty box.
Fucking
So what they do,
Gretzky.
they take 3 undisciplined penalties, and I know a couple were accidental, but it's exactly the recipe that we said they can't do tonight. And sure enough, and let me tell you, we talked about Skinner. Who's going to play net? Who's going to be in goal? If he wasn't in goal right now, it'd be 6-0.
Yeah.
Edmonton has to get some flow, get some discipline.
Skinner saved them in the first period. They're lucky it's only 3-0.
And they're taking it to the Edmonton Oilers.
I feel bad for Stuart Skinner. He's playing well.
But they're a good hockey club.
His team
Just
isn't.
Get on your toes and get going.
In the couple days off, Edmonton said all the right things. That was not their game. That's Florida's game. It's in their DNA. They're not going to get caught up in it.
I am so disappointed with Edmonton.
Right in the middle of it again. We're getting the Lexus highlight. Who brings them into this?
The fourth line. I mean, the whole team was ready to go right from the jump, but the clip we're going to show the fourth line establishing a great forecheck. 5 men connected as we've seen all playoff long. Watch this dump in here. They're going to get a great change. There's already a few of them out there. First man in on the forecheck. Second man in on the forecheck. And his puck gets turned over, but watch Smith come over as that weak side defense when he surfs, creates a turnover. What do? They go right back north up the ice. Fourth line, they chip it in, stick on puck, they keep it alive. What are they going to do? They're going to try to break out, but no. They got another defenseman breathing down their neck, strong side pitch.
Good job by Florida's fourth line.
They go north.
Go get the puck right back in.
Kane's going to end up taking this penalty. Say what you want about the calls, folks. It doesn't matter. Right now, Florida's establishing all of their game. You're going to see A.J. Greer right after this chirping the bench, getting under their skin. That's what they do. Ensuing power play, what do? They draw another one. Trip here on
Horrible trip on Nurse.
5-on-3, and right off
Stupid penalty.
Win by Bogdan. And what does Tkachuk do? He uses the defenseman and Bogdan as a screen. 1-0, and they kept rolling from there, boys. Florida Panther hockey. There's nothing you can say about it. I don't care about the calls. Florida.
Yeah.
Incredible performance, Biz.
The third goal shouldn't have counted, but
They got me going.
they're still up 2-0 even if
That big Biz energy on that
they caught a break.
Talk about execution.
They're up
You
3-0.
look at Florida, the way they were passing the puck on the power play, everything was crisp. But we talk a little bit about the ice. Is it as good as in Edmonton? The way they're passing the puck right now, they become such a fast team, and it's hard for a PK when you pass the puck that well. It's stick to stick, and they can fire it if they want or keep it going. But that tempo they had, especially on the power play, you know, it's going to be hard for Edmonton. You are going to take a couple penalties here or there. You're going to have to find a way to kill them off.
Edmonton already down 3-0 is not good. Not good. Florida's probably going to weasel another goal or two. Too many bad penalties.
The goal line. But the Florida Panthers aren't allowing McDavid to get going, Liam. Yeah. Not at all. Yeah. They're taking away his time and space. He had a great first shift, and he had a
shift about 7 minutes left in the period when he went cut into the middle and got a great shot. Bob made a really nice save. But you're right, Sam Reinhart, my goodness, he might be one of the smartest players ever to play our game. He's defensively good. He takes face-offs. He's the bumper guy. He can shoot. He can score, kill penalties. He might be, as good as Barkov is and Tkachuk is, he might be their most valuable player.
Great positioning, and back to McDavid quickly too before we move off from that. They're not allowing him to get going. They're getting his space, getting up, piecing him, forcing him to kind of play through traffic, and then what an effort there from Schmitty coming back and taking the puck away from the neutral.
And they can't spread Florida out in the D zone right now. What they need to do is simplify and use their D. First of all, their D need to get up in the play, right to the blue line, so they have an outlet. They can go low to high and simplify and just get it to the net. I counted 4 or 5 times where they could have done that. They're trying to squeak these plays into the middle. We all know Florida collapses. They're not giving you the inside. They got stick on puck, stick in those lanes.
Florida.
Giving them a sniff in that house.
And that's the difference in the series so far. Florida hems them in. They get the pucks back. They retrieve pucks, and all of a sudden they get that second chance, that third chance, and that's when Edmonton ends up taking that silly penalty. Edmonton's in the Florida zone. They're so far spread apart. They get sort of one shot towards the goal. Florida breaks it up. They throw out the wall, and away they go.
Oilers have taken
Gretzky's right.
3 penalties in every first period in this final series. That's pretty much it. Oh, no. Give it up. There you go. There you go. Period of every game in this series.
Wake up, little fella.
Yeah.
I'll wake you up.
End of the first period. We're about halfway through the intermission report. Excuse me. All Florida in the first period. Too many power plays. Given up by the Oilers. Stuart Skinner's playing great. I know he gave up 3 goals, but if he wasn't in goal, they'd be down 5 or 6 to nothing, like Gretzky said. Borowski's been perfect again. Had to make 2 or 3 tough ones. Tomorrow night, we got NBA action. We got Game 4. Pacers, OKC. We'll be checking that out. I was looking at some stats from the game last night. SGA didn't do shit in the fourth quarter whatsoever. 3 points, bunch of turnovers. He had 3 points in the fourth quarter. People are telling me he's the GOAT in the chat. If Jason Tatum did that shit, you guys would fucking want to be telling me how much of a bum he was. It's fucking ridiculous the way people are towards certain players in the league and how they shit on other players that don't deserve it. If Jason Tatum performed like SGA performed in the fourth quarter of the 2 losses, people would say he's a fucking bum, he's overrated. Because it's SGA, everyone lets it go. I find it hysterical. Tatum never had a fourth quarter like that in the finals. Never. The Celtics swept the fucking Pacers last year. Granted, Halliburton got hurt at the beginning of the series in Game 2, but still fucking swept them. Oh, well. I told you guys it's not going to get better. Everyone wants war. You might get it. Everyone wants war. They think they want war. I don't understand that. Fucking stupid. Stupid. War's the stupidest fucking thing. The most fucking idiotic thing ever. Kachuk with 2 goals. I didn't see who scored the other one. Shame on me. I can't remember offhand. Lindell. Yeah, everyone wants civil war. Everyone wants regular war until it's really timed and it happens. I'll never understand it.
Crazy sentence I never thought I would hear.
Well, just tell the truth.
Don't worry, shake it up. I've been told that what Travis Kelce was telling Taylor Swift there is, I don't think Busy Betts is going to hit it.
I've already brought my sheet up.
He was saying 5 and 22.
For adults with obesity.
But we'll be watching that basketball game tomorrow night. I think Saturday night there's some good fights. UFC, 3 or 4 at least. Might check those out. And we'll probably check out some of this hockey game as well on Saturday night. Might be a must-win for Edmonton. Right now, it looks like Edmonton's going to go down 3-1 tonight. 3-0 at the end of 1. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Please, if nothing else, please subscribe or hit the like button. Helps me with the algorithm. Helps the channel to grow. I appreciate everyone coming through so far tonight and being respectful and being cool. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. I don't beg people for fucking money. All I ask is people be fair, be fucking civil. Try not to say too much stupid shit. But yeah, I find it funny that no one's talking about how SGA's played in the fourth quarter of game 1 and game 3. He scored points, but last night he really didn't. He scored 3 in the fourth. His defense was horrible in the fourth quarter. I watched the highlight, I watched the replay. He was in the negative in the fourth quarter last night. He had quite a few turnovers throughout the game. McConnell did a good job, but McConnell shouldn't be stealing the ball off him like that. We'll have to see, Lodi. Not looking too good for Edmonton right now. I hope you're right. I want to see a close game. It's just Edmonton keeps committing penalties, and it's the same people doing it. Evander Kane's been terrible. Nursed, been terrible. And besides that, Oilers' first line, they don't produce any scoring opportunities. Well, they haven't. And Stuart Skinner's already faced almost 20 shots. He's fucking sweating bullets. You can already see he was sweating bullets in the first. Made like 14 to 17 saves. Florida had a 5-on-3 for almost 2 minutes. They had a 5-on-4. And then they had another 5-on-4. And when you're playing shorthanded as a team, your whole team's getting more and more tired. It's just a recipe for disaster. Edmonton needs at least 2 to 3 goals in this third period, and they can't give one up.
Surprised, to be truthful. I didn't think Stuart Skinner deserved to get pulled, but this is a situation where
they pulled Stuart Skinner. Wow.
Guys up on your team, and there's no bigger way to do it than switch the goaltenders. Pickard enters.
I can't believe they pulled Skinner. I don't think he deserved it.
In the first period, made some tremendous saves early, but then allowed 3, 2 on the power play. And
And the Oilers are in a 3-goal hole as we begin period 2. Eddie, what must Edmonton do specifically to try and get back into this game?
Score goals.
Well, they know they're going to get a power play here at some point, so you got to cash in for sure. But I think the one area of the ice, we saw it a couple of times. We saw it specifically with Bouchard and McDavid playing that kind of that high isolation game near the blue line and trying to cause some confusion for the Florida Panthers, how they defend man-on-man in the defensive zone.
I wouldn't have pulled Skinner.
Zone, so
I don't think he deserved it.
More movement by the defense, and yeah, you are going to take some chances for sure.
Here's a chance.
Skinner moving it off Bobrovsky.
What a save, Borowski on a breakaway on Skinner, the other Skinner. Yeah, Game 5 is in Edmonton. Game 6 in Florida.
He interferes with
Game 7 in Edmonton.
Right before as this puck is coming to watch the left part of your screen, far left interference, takes out Forsling, and now he's able to get. Now, unfortunately for him, that puck just kind of eluded him a little bit, but he gets a couple of good opportunities there, Boosh.
Oh, Skinner should have finished that one. What a shame.
Penalties, you almost have to bet against the fact that you would get called for a fourth at this point in the game.
Jeff Skinner should have scored on that one.
Did a good job on fourth.
Couldn't even really get a shot off on Borowski.
I thought it was borderline interference as well, but an important save for Bobrovsky early on in this period. Those are the timely saves we talked about. He continues to make them.
Jeff Skinner won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year. A decade and
It's Edmonton out of their own end.
Current Panthers head coach Paul Maurice.
Shot saved by Borowski.
Gloved by Bobrovsky. Skinner replacing Victor Arvidsson in the Oilers lineup tonight. For head coach Chris Knobloch, searching for answers.
Florida up 3-0.
Message has got to be at least
18:28 to go in the second period.
Been in this situation as any player has at any level, let alone the highest level of this great game.
Florida clears the puck.
The next goal, that's it.
Oh, tough offsides.
Seth Jones ahead of the play.
That was close.
We've seen Chris Knobloch load up with Draisaitl and McDavid a couple of times. Now look, it's much harder, obviously, when you got all those penalties in the first period. Much more difficult when they're separated. But the depth
One
is
cherry
so good
picker.
for the majority of the season.
Who's the cherry picker that took Kachuk after he scored 2 goals? Let me know in the chat. Someone thinks no one picked Kachuk until he already had 2 goals. Fair weather fans. Who in the chat was the bum that did that?
You're asking a lot from the guys that are playing behind the 2 big boys.
No one took Kachuk in our poll, and some bum takes Kachuk. And I checked before the end of the first period. No one had taken Kachuk. I would have took Kachuk. That's why I put him up there tonight. I knew he was due. Face off outside the Florida end. They win it.
So I think that's what you have to think about if you're the Edmonton Oilers. Still plenty of hockey to go here.
Oilers have won their last 9 game 4s, but they trail 3-0 here tonight. Going up against the defending Stanley Cup champs, beat Edmonton in a 7-game series last June. Florida won the first 3.
People are shameless.
The next 3, Panthers 2-1.
Yeah, he's got 2 goals. I'll pick him.
Bobrovsky met by Janmark. And now Rodriguez unable to clear.
Comes Florida again.
Zoned by Seth Jones.
In Florida, you don't want to give anything free to the Edmonton Oilers. Force them to come 200 feet. Keep playing your game.
Now Draisaitl's pass broken up by.
They can't even get it into the Florida end.
Draisaitl moved that puck rink wide. Here's Kachuk, who has 2 goals tonight for Florida. Out to Jones. Oilers look to clear the puck out. 3 minutes in, second period. Nick Wallman. Now Bouchard to Corey Perry.
Oh, here we go.
Loaded to the net is Bouchard.
Oh, Bouchard just wide.
Penalty coming up. It's against Florida.
Finally a power play for the Oilers.
Watch what ends up happening here. Matthew Tkachuk is going to go for a change. He's going to go here. But look at all this open ice it creates because the guy that starts the play gets the chance. That's Evan Bouchard. Technically, that's Tkachuk's guy. But once he went for the change, Bouchard just shot, took the open ice, and that puck looked like it just rolled on him at the last second. It wasn't even close.
It's the opportunity you were talking about, Edzo. A frustrating
Slashing on Sam Bennett.
Dreisaitl's body
Edmonton on the
language at
power
ice level
play.
in that first 20, it was noticeable how frustrated and agitated he was. Let's see if the power play can get him going.
Edmonton needs a goal desperately.
First power play tonight for the Oilers.
Perry
Draisaitl setting up in front of the
to
goal.
Draisaitl to Bouchard to McDavid.
Across it comes Nugent.
Score, Nugent Hopkins. That was quick.
The Oilers are on the board. Ryan Nugent Hopkins beats Bobrovsky on the power play. It's now 3-1 Panthers.
Corey Perry makes a terrific play.
Big goal. And Bobrovsky has 8 saves tonight, but he hasn't looked as nearly as good in the saves he made as he did in game 3. I think if Edmonton could just get some shots on net, he might get beat a few times tonight. The problem is now they're still down 3-1. But that was a big goal to stop the bleeding. 3-1 Florida, 16:20 to go in the second. Power play goal for Nugent Hopkins a minute ago. He's playing all banged up too. He wasn't even supposed to play game 3 and he did. Let's see if Edmonton can get going. Nice play right in the slot. Goes high up above Borowski's glove side.
Perfect shot. First goal of the last 7 games for Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
He had a great chance in game 3 very early where he missed I'd say it was a wide open net, but it was open. Just wasn't able to make his shot.
Shot by Rodriguez did not make it through. And Coleman to close the puck for Edmonton. Pressured by Tkachuk. Carried out by Darnell Nurse. Blocked off by Rodriguez. Henry puts the puck ahead. Frederick.
Edmonton gets it in the zone.
And now it's Bennett for Florida.
See if they can keep it in. Nope.
Power play goal for the Oilers. They broke through it in 2. And Pickard settles the puck down. Quickly ahead for Jeff Skinner. Now McDavid.
Oh, nice play by Jones. McDavid had a head of steam.
Reinhart let it go through for Mikkola. Darnell Nurse. Reinhart hit on the forecheck.
Nice forecheck by Reinhart.
Second period. 3-1 lead for the Panthers. 3 of the 4 goals in this game have come on the power play.
Yeah, because he's full of shit. He's just got a bogus website. He gets money for people going to.
Out to Bouchard. Bouchard with a shot.
Oh, nice shot. Bouchard save.
And then the puck cleared out by Reinhart. Bouchard, now Nugent Hopkins, who has the Edmonton goal. Ahead for McDavid. Blocked off by Jones. Connor Brown.
Shoot it. Edmonton's got to shoot.
Now it's Nugent Hopkins for the Oilers. Here's Kulak.
There you go. Just wide.
Connor Brown got a stick on that puck.
Nice save by Borowski.
Outstanding save.
Must have heard me talk about him.
Top of his crease and made the stop.
Amazing. The 1 goal for the Edmonton Oilers, even though they're still down by 2. Just looking like a way different team right now.
Got to skate, Edmonton.
Feel a little bigger, feel a little stronger, and you're right back in this hockey game.
There's Draisaitl. Oh.
Draisaitl first man to it.
Perry loses it.
Marchand for Florida.
Here's Marshy.
Away by Wallman. Sent back down by Ekblad.
Jumped in by Florida.
That call over for the Oilers. Now Waldman.
Draisaitl out of his own end.
Here's Draisaitl.
Nice pass.
Tolson. Met by Kulikov. Sends the puck back around onto the stick of Draisaitl. Looking spots with Nurse. Stanley coming here.
Penalty on Edmonton. Oh no, Florida, wow.
Hey, holding the stick call and down to
Another power play, Edmonton.
holding the stick. And the Oilers going to the power play.
Wow. Big power play here.
And the save by Bobrovsky, and now the Oilers go back on the power play.
This is big. Hockey got me sweating.
Pharmacy orders on the way for Homer.
3-1 Florida. Edmonton going on the power play. 13:31 to go in the second. This game isn't over. A lot of time left. But Edmonton's got to get going. They got to start manufacturing some goals. If they get a quick one here, this game is totally changed. Edmonton looks way better since they scored that goal. They look like they got a little pep in their step. Looks like they got a little pep in their step. I think Edmonton's just got to take some shots, especially McDavid. He's kind of like puck handling, trying to set his teammates up. But you get that close to the goal, you got to shoot it. Fuck setting them up. We need you. We need goals, Connor.
Oilers back on the power play. Our SAP Coaching Insights app. Most points per game following a postseason loss. 3 of the 4 in the building. Kulikov to the box. Second power play for Edmonton.
Here's Edmonton.
Only 19 seconds to score on their first.
Face off to the right of Bobrovsky.
For the Florida Panthers, this is a gigantic penalty kill for them.
Draisaitl wins.
Puck comes down to the point for Bouchard. Now Nugent Hopkins.
Bouchard.
Once again. Spread by Barkov.
Spread the ice. Oh, McDavid lost the puck. What a stupid move. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get fancy.
Rush forwards on for the Panthers on the penalty kill. Here comes McDavid. And across the line.
Go, Connor.
McDavid dropping it back off for Draisaitl. Down low to McDavid. Wrapped up by Forsling.
Move the puck.
Bouchard fakes the shot.
Shoot it.
Now to McDavid. Down low and a save.
Nice save, Bobrovsky.
Oh, the patented one-timer from Draisaitl from the sharp angle. You can see if he's got Perry in front too. I mean, this one he elects to shoot, but going forward, I mean, he could have just slid it right to Perry if he wanted to, but a good save there for Bobrovsky.
It's some spammer, Kenneth.
Got to be alert at all times.
With a fake website.
To your left. I mean, he can put it with the sharpest of angles inside the net. Good save there.
To get a nickel a clip.
Panthers with a draw. Kept in by Bouchard.
Some Indian booty scratcher, I'm sure.
On the power play. Here's McDavid for Draisaitl. Bouchard with a
Nice save, Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky hands on.
93-mile-an-hour slap shot by Bouchard. Minute 7 to go on the power play. Edmonton down 3-1.
When you're playing against the Edmonton Oilers power play, but you're really playing with fire. When you have the opportunity to clear it, you don't.
Oh, that was a bad whistle. Edmonton won that draw. Come on.
Just over a minute remaining on the Kulikov penalty. The Edmonton goal, Nugent Hopkins from Draisaitl and McDavid, 3:33 of the second period.
I'm a fire starter.
Second man advantage. And the puck is cleared.
Nice clear by Florida. Ooh.
That's not an easy handle right there.
That was risky.
Across the body like that.
Here comes Marchand.
Short-handed into the Edmonton zone.
Shot saved by Pickard.
One shot of this power play so far for Edmonton. It was Draisaitl. Here is Nugent Hopkins towards the
Nice save, Borowski again.
covers Perry.
Wow.
For the puck.
At least Edmonton's making some plays, though.
This is the most
Make Borowski make some saves.
Hopkins has looked in the Stanley Cup final, and he's such a huge part to the Oilers, and Bobrovsky makes a good stop. I think Perry gets a piece of that, and then Perry goes hard to the net, gets a cross check.
There's that handle for Pickard. It's hard to get a lot of leverage on that puck. Always easiest just to go right back up the wall.
Face-off won by Edmonton. Another whistle.
Unfortunately, it doesn't put it on the tape.
That's two face-offs won by Edmonton.
You're right, Edzo.
Blown dead in a row on this power play. There's been a lot of face-offs blown dead in this series. Edmonton won.
McDavid wins the draw. Bouchard straight away. Now Nugent Hopkins. Carried behind by McDavid.
Here it is.
McDavid back down Bouchard. Here's McDavid. Now Draisaitl. Shot was blocked by Forsberg.
Oh, good job.
The puck is cleared with 20 seconds remaining on the power play for Edmonton.
Florida won a couple of penalties there, a couple of cross checks in front of the net. No call on the penalty killers of the home team.
Bouchard sends it back in. Vander Kane.
5 seconds on the power play. Save Borowski in front.
Penalty expires. Kulikov.
No, blocked in back of the net.
Kulikov plays the puck. Met by Wallman.
Kane and Waldman fighting.
Vander Kane.
Jones with the puck. Here comes Florida. Back into the Edmonton end. Reinhart chases.
They still trail by 2.
Florida loses it.
And now it's Kane back the other way. Jeff Skinner waiting for teammates. Now Barkov on it for Florida.
That pass is on the table.
Line change for Edmonton.
They got something good going.
Nice hit on Reinhart.
Takes a run. Reinhart, a good
Big hit.
there.
Reinhart just got his clock clean.
Barkov hit Rodriguez and escaped with that chance.
Oh, up and out of play.
Off the stick of Nurse.
Sometimes I do, Kenneth. I haven't done it in about a week.
Very much, and whether you debate the change of Calvin Pickard and the starting goaltender Stuart Skinner,
I only really do that on the weekends during the day.
But there's something about Pickard and the way he gives him a little bit of energy and a little bit of gumption in that net. He hasn't been overly tested, and yes, Bush was talking about the fact that the Oilers have had a couple of power plays since that.
I only do it the days where I know it's busy.
With Calvin Pickard in that net. One other thing, fellas, when they came out for that period, they also moved a guy that's taken too many bad penalties, and that's Evander Kane down to the 4th line, at least to begin this period.
He's taken 4 penalties for the first period bagger over the last 3 games. We saw Perry move up. He's on the ice here with Colson and Draisaitl.
Yeah, we saw line changing going on back in that first period with all those penalties going on by the Oilers.
A look at the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook as we approach the midway point of period 2. Florida Panthers, 3 first period goals, 2 from Kachuk, 1 from Lundell. Nugent Hopkins on the power play.
Here's Jones. Oh, gave it up to Perry. And they turn it over in front of the net. Kachuk, nice save.
Smothered by Pickard.
Pickard with a nice save. What a bonehead play by Oilers. Another fucking meltdown.
Lead of the Oilers.
Oilers just making too many stupid plays. Too many stupid power plays for Florida. Oilers just making mistakes and Florida making them pay. Good penalty kill by Florida too, because the Oilers threatened a few times. The Panthers are just deeper. They're more focused. They're not committing penalties. When they get opportunities, they're scoring. They've gotten a lot of power plays. Florida's playing very well, and Edmonton's beating themselves ever since Game 3 started. Really, Game 2. Because Edmonton took some horrible penalties in that game, or else they should have won that game easily. Edmonton's penalties are going to end up killing them. Just too many power plays for the Panthers. Just far too many. Far too many. And just when you think Borowski's ready to cave, he makes fucking some tough saves. Wily veteran. Borowski's been here before. He knows what it takes. That's big. Having a championship goaltender on your team is a big fucking deal. They know what it feels like to have that pressure on them. That pressure on these goalies right now is so fucking intense. You could only imagine.
Biggest part, we're covering over way too early and in motion when we're covering over. So straighter lines, get our feet moving here in the offensive zone.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Paul Maurice, who won his 1,000th game as an NHL head coach, regular season and postseason in Game 3, third on the all-time list.
9:40 to go in the second. A lot of time. 3-1 Florida.
3-1. There's that fourth line that Biz talked about in that first intermission. Agree with him 100%.
Still got almost 30 minutes of hockey to play.
A very good first period for the home team. Weird, Nosek, Gadjevich. What the fuck?
Oh, Borowski, nice save. Or it went just wide.
All by himself. But he got puck locked.
That was dangerous.
That was very good in Game 3. Even though in the blowout loss, awfully close there.
Nice forecheck by the Panthers.
The forecheck.
Steal the puck.
Darnell Nurse.
8 chances in this
Edmonton
period.
comes back up with it.
7 of them by the Edmonton Oilers.
There's Forsling. Now Marchand over to help.
Marchand gets rid of it quick.
By Jake Woolman. Stops down 19 seconds.
Oh, turnover. What a save. Pickard. Huge save. Turnover by the Oilers in their own end. Wendell almost scored.
This is a save that the Oilers did not get. If we look at our AT&T connected cam, the pressure.
Big save.
Saved by Pickard. We didn't get it in Game 3.
Blocker side too.
Skinner when the score was 3-1.
Breakaway.
Not an easy save to make, especially.
Too many breakdowns for Edmonton.
For the first 10+ minutes.
Too many turnovers.
Play has been in Florida zone.
It doesn't even matter what anyone does with Edmonton coughing up the puck like that. It doesn't even matter what Edmonton does playing the way they have. They're just killing them themselves.
Forehand and
crazy.
Get the same elevation as Bennett did the other night.
Florida keeps it in.
During the regular season, he's 6-0 in the playoffs.
Edmonton, Kane, nice move, gets dumped. Nice open ice check by Seth Jones.
Gave up 3 on 17 shots in the first, replaced by Pickard. Oilers with the only goal here in the second period.
Well, Seth Jones, a couple of careless plays here. The last couple of shifts he's had.
There's Rodriguez, sends the puck in deep. Bennett, bumped by Kapanen. Rodriguez over to
Here's
play the
Kachuk
puck.
out top.
Point for Schmidt, and now
Nice save.
Pickard hangs on to that one.
Edmonton's got a couple good goalies, man.
Well, we're going to head back
Big
to
shot.
Edmonton.
Nice
Travel
save,
day
Pickard.
For everybody tomorrow, and then a quick turnaround. Saturday night, Edmonton, Alberta, right here on TNT. Game 5. Oilers, Panthers, 8 Eastern.
You know what's kind of something screwed up? I think it's unfair. Why is there 3 nights rest or 2 nights rest every game in Florida? There's like there's an extra game rest in Florida, but there's not an extra game rest in Edmonton. It's kind of fucked up. Here comes Edmonton, 2-on-1. Good play by the Florida defense. Nurse. Oh, across the crease, no one home. Edmonton with a shot. Here we go. Score! Nurse finally comes through. Nasty shot over Borowski's shoulder. Telling you, I can sense when a goal's coming. I was a goalie, not in hockey, but in soccer. It's the same fucking thing. You can see when it's coming. Too many shots in a row. Too much pressure. Too many good looks. It's only a matter of time. Wow, he beat him near side. Foul post. Crazy finish.
Only down 1 now.
3-2, Florida. 7:13 to go. We're going to overtime again tonight. Watch. I'll take another overtime game. Hell yeah. And a power play for Edmonton coming. Wow. Interesting. This is what makes hockey fun.
And it's one of their top
Barkov.
up front. As the puck is rolling, you see it. And
flicked it up into the net.
Good job by the officials.
Good call. Delay a game. Unfortunate.
To make the right call, and then you have about 8 referees on the ice, and everybody.
And now McDavid's going to come out with his boys, Draisaitl, Bouchard.
It's a 1-goal game, and the Oilers.
I'm sure Perry will be out there.
Power play.
Just 10 seconds after the goal, scored by Nurse.
What a shot by Nurse.
Now with an opportunity.
That one wasn't Borowski's fault. That was a laser.
Draisaitl wins the draw from Nurse. There's Bouchard.
Edmonton's starting to feel themselves. You can tell. It's starting to feel good.
Gustav Forsling. Bouchard with it. Down behind for Perry.
Here's McDavid.
Nugent Hopkins towards the net.
Oh, nice save, Borowski.
Kept away from Perry. Now McDavid with it. Nugent Hopkins.
Oh, Draisaitl fan.
Bouchard for Edmonton.
Shoot the puck.
Bouchard. Now McDavid.
Shoot it, Boo.
Bouchard with it once again. A minute 20 to go on his power play. Barkov for delay of game. There's McDavid. Back out for Bouchard. Bouchard with a drop.
Oh, wide.
McDavid over to keep the puck alive.
Oh, what a save, Borowski on a one-timer. Here's Bouchard.
Now Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard to the net.
Oh, Borowski. Might have got a piece there, or Perry. Here's Draisaitl.
Draisaitl keeps it away from Ekblad. Now it comes to Bouchard. 45 seconds remaining on
Nugent Hopkins.
Here's Nugent Hopkins.
Down low. Draisaitl. Oh, no, Perry.
Held in by Bouchard.
Oh, McDavid, what are you doing? Trying to do too much. Take a regular shot.
There's McDavid.
Oh, what a move, McDavid! Save Borowski. Wow. McDavid just split the defense. Made it all the way in front of Borowski with I think it was a backhand. Deeks once, Deeks twice, makes the guy fall. Backhand to forehand. Can't get it off the ice and ran out of real estate. And Borowski makes a beautiful pad save. Holy shnikes. McDavid's starting to wake up. A little under a minute to go on the power play. Borowski's bailing out Florida now. Face off to the right of Borowski. Won by the Oilers. Swung around, slap shot wide. Both teams digging in back of the net. Kept in.
4 shots on the power play for Edmonton. Now Wallman. Evander Kane. Turning and shooting.
Spinning a turn, no good, out of bounds.
Deflected out of play.
Skinner with a ring.
Inspired. Edmonton with the momentum.
Borowski
They're the second
making some big saves
on that power play.
I think the power play's up now. I believe the power play's over with a little over 5 minutes to go in the second. 3-2 Florida. Yeah, it's like 3 times a period, Jet. Fucking loser. Stop spamming my channel, please. No one wants to fucking copy and paste your link to nothing. You should be like limited to the amount of accounts you can make and usernames. That's crazy. You can have like unlimited usernames. Just to fucking spam and act like a retard. Please like, share, subscribe, guys. If you could hit the thumbs up, I really appreciate it. We cover a lot of sports here and hang out. If you could just hit the like button, maybe subscribe. Thank you guys for being cool. I appreciate it. There's not much you can't say here. We have like 3 rules. LeBron is not the GOAT. SGA is not the GOAT. The Oklahoma Thunder are not the best team ever. Larry Bird's the shit. That's about all my rules. Got like 4 or 5 rules. There's a few of them.
Back in Sunrise, Florida. Panthers had a 3-0 lead. It's now 3-2.
Come on, hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up.
Here in the middle period.
Don't cost you nothing. Double tap that screen.
Carries it deep. Centering pass.
Oh, trouble. Score! Perry.
Ties the game at 3.
Kodobin, I think. Tied up 3-3.
Darnell Nurse makes the play, and Podkolzin gets free in front of the net. He battles, he finds a loose pocket, just throws it backhand
Wow.
to the side.
What a turn of events. I told you Borowski could be beat. Borowski, I knew wasn't. He's made some great saves, but they're finally taking shots. I told you guys they would get to Borowski if they took shots tonight. 3-3. Please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe to Nate's Live Talk. Come on, guys. Hit the thumbs up at least. It don't cost you no money. Nice save by the Edmonton goalie. I don't understand why people can't even give you a thumbs up and they watch the entire thing. People hanging out in the entire game and they can't even give me a thumbs up. I don't understand it. All you got to do is double tap your screen on your cell phone. If you're not on your cell phone, go to the top, click it up on my link, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the channel.
With the goals there in period 2 for the Edmonton Oilers after they made the goaltending change. Now Smith.
Oh, what a save. Big save for the Edmonton netminder. Boy, maybe they made the right move getting rid of Skinner.
Save, but it was 3-1 by Pickard on Lundell. And that was another big one right there on that redirect. Amazing the energy that a goaltender off the bench can give their team.
Icing
And oftentimes
on the
it can
Panthers.
be the number 2 goaltender, the guy that spends a lot of time, the extra time in practice. Look at that save.
What a save.
Gets it out of harm's
Lucky
way.
Bennett didn't put it back in.
But, backup goaltenders oftentimes have to spend extra time in practice with the shooters. Guys typically fall in love with the number 2, and when they get put into a situation like this, it brings energy. And it certainly has brought energy to this Oilers team as they've scored 3 straight to tie it up here in the second.
What a second period after a crazy first period.
Out to Kulak. Cut off by Rodriguez.
I'm glad Edmonton's putting up a fight.
David over for Edmonton. Held up by Kulikov. Now Schmidt.
I thought Edmonton was going to give up.
3:40 to play. Second period. Puck is lifted ahead, and now it is Tkachuk.
Oh, here we go.
But in line with it is Schmidt.
Nice job by Nate Schmidt.
Waiting for teammates off the
Keep the puck. Looking for help.
back around.
Uh-oh. Nice save. Man, the backup for the Oilers is having a hell of a second period.
The game to this point, we just mentioned
Wow.
it a moment ago with Florida leading 3-1. Pickard robs one down off the giveaway. And after that, the Oilers with a couple of goals in 2 minutes, 18 seconds. You say it often about the momentum.
Thank you, Jet.
You have it. What do you do?
Love you, buddy.
When it's against you, how do you stop it and then get it back on your side? Well, that's the replay you showed there, Kenny. That's exactly what it was. It was all Oilers.
Love you.
All of a sudden, Lundell's got a chance to give his team a 3-goal cushion again. And Pickard makes the big time stop, and the momentum continues. And right now, this is all Edmonton right now.
Back into the long by Henry. Bobrovsky, reversed by Ekblad. Happening over to the Oilers. Out to Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm with a shot. Blocker save. Bobrovsky, puck caught up in the equipment.
Where'd the puck go?
Markov, and the play is whistled dead. Well, this summer, teams from around the globe will go head-to-head on U.S. soil, battling it out for the trophy and the title of World's Best Soccer Club. 32 clubs, 11 cities, 4 weeks, 1 World Cup champion. The FIFA Club World Cup begins Saturday, June 14th on TNT and streaming on The Zone. Florida has had the lead after the second period in all 3 games of this series. They have a 2-1 lead, tied at 3 here tonight.
Here comes the Panthers. Marshy.
Marchand in with a shot.
Oh, nice shot. Save.
Oilers gain control of the puck. 2.5 remaining in the period. Here's Draisaitl. Comes together with Mikkola. Goes Karinen with it. Now Seth Jones. Knocked down by Nurse. Darnell Nurse for the goal and an assist.
A little over 2 minutes to go.
They're pretty much going 5D. Troy Stetcher, haven't really seen him in this second period. Maybe one shift, but I can't say I recall it. That's pretty much going 5D here for the Oilers. Stetcher replacing John Klingberg. For the Oilers lineup tonight, playing just over 4 minutes in the first period. Frederick with pressure. Then on the forecheck. Now Bennett. Under 2 to play. Second period. Ekholm. Couldn't find the puck. Pickard winds it around. Up the boards. Bouchard. Picked off Bennett.
Uh-oh.
With a shot.
Trouble.
By Pickard.
Good job by Oilers to get
now
to it.
back up ice. Come the Oilers. It's Bouchard. Here's Henry. Swatted away by Rodriguez. Bumped by Schmidt.
Oh, Edmonton got a shot. Oh,
Nugent Hopkins.
couldn't take advantage.
Rodriguez. Bennett carries the puck. Hit across the line.
Bennett.
Dropping it off on his left. Back across it comes.
Oh, what a save. Ekholm, the defenseman, made a save. Wide open net. And there's going to be a penalty on Florida.
And now Bouchard is down.
And Verhaeghe was the one that made contact on Bouchard.
Verhaeghe's going in the penalty box.
I did not see an arm go up. Now the linesmen and the officials are going to huddle up here. But watch Matthew Tkachuk Right here, he's got a wide open net, and
Huge save by Ekholm.
both Nugent Hopkins and Ekholm are right there. And yeah,
Both
right
of
off
them.
the right knee of Matthias Ekholm.
Nugent Hopkins' body got some of it too.
Here's the hit.
Way to help your goalie out. Oh, that's a cross check. Or boarding. Yeah, that should be a penalty.
Officials are getting together. Right now, I agree with you. As I didn't see an
They didn't call one. Wow.
But it certainly looks like he drives up and drives his head into the glass.
That looked like a cross check or boarding. Roughing something.
Off the hand going to the center of the back here.
Yep. Wasn't a clean hit.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever made. I think the whiplash effect here, Boosh.
He pushed his face right into the fucking glass. He brings his arm up.
Contact made, but it looked like he drove up. No
He
calls
drove
being
up
made.
his
The
right.
officials got together and
That shoulder. He didn't have to hit him like that.
no penalty on the play.
Wow, no penalty.
Referees
That's 2 breaks for Florida.
got it there.
Watch the skates of Verhaeghe.
He loads up.
He's got to skate on the ice when he makes the contact. So they're going to say no penalty. Connor McDavid having a conversation with
That should have been a penalty.
Bouchard, obviously not happy with the
I thought that was a shitty call. Florida's had so many power plays. How is that not a penalty on them?
McDavid on the draw with Barkov.
That's 2 power plays Edmonton didn't get. They should have.
David takes it away. Now Verhaeghe
Tie it 3. Minute to go.
Forsman with a drive.
Nice save. Blocked by the defenseman. Here comes Draisaitl. Oh, he shouldn't have passed it. Shoot. What the fuck? Shoot the puck.
Ekholm retrieves for the Oilers. Now Draisaitl with 40 seconds.
The high stick in the first period was clean too, right, Matt?
And to the left of Bobrovsky. Draisaitl. First man and Draisaitl.
And now Florida's going to go on a power play?
Well, no penalty called a moment ago at the other end. The Verhaeghe hit on Bouchard, and now Draisaitl set off.
Wow, that's bullshit. They called that ticky-tack shit
Well, Draisaitl's going
on Draisaitl.
It looks like he's going to get to this puck clean, but he pulls up and then sticks the chicken wing out and
And
catches Forsling. Not a good
the other
play
one
there
wasn't
by
a penalty.
Draisaitl at all. And I thought
Nah, Matt, he loaded up.
after the penalty happened, I looked
He loaded up. He smashed his face right into the fucking glass with his shoulder. There was a high stick when Florida scored their 3rd goal in the first period that they got a break on. That should have been a penalty. Florida's been getting every fucking call. It's getting a little bit old. And I get it. Like, the Oilers penalties have been high sticks. You have to call them. But that was fucking garbage. Straight fucking garbage. Edmonton's got to kill it off. 3-3. End of the second. Nice shot by Florida. Saved. And at the end of 2, we're tied at 3. Starting the 3rd period, Florida will have 1:29 left on the power play.
hard, but Henry comes over and doesn't.
Edmonton's getting the short end of the stick, boy.
Over to this other side for Aaron Ekblad, and
should have been something, Jack.
For the Oilers.
Record outstanding. Oilers score 3. Discover intermission report from Sunrise, Florida.
Huge 3rd period for the Oilers. 3 goals, all in the 3rd period. Going into the 3rd, tied up with Florida on a fucking power play. On a fucking cunty call. Just like Florida just keeps getting so many fucking calls. It gets frustrating. And I don't even care if Florida wins. It's just like, come on, call it down the middle. The fucking dude just got his head took off on the other end. Give me a fucking break. Florida scored their third goal on a penalty. They fucking high stick the dude right across his face shield. Kick it in front of the net for a goal. No call. I'm just saying. Come on. You call Edmonton for fucking everything. Keep it real. Second intermission report should be coming up in a minute. We'll see what the fucking great ones got to say. I'll go take a leak. Go grab a shot for the third period. Maybe overtime. How many more of you cherry-picking fucks took Kachuk? Let's check out the poll. Yes, a couple more people took Kachuk. Easy to take a guy when he scored 2 goals in the first period and no one took him. Which one of you bums took Kachuk after he scored 2 goals? There had to be at least 2 or 3 people. No one even took him in the first period. Which one of you front runners took Kachuk to be the X factor tonight? Fucking bozos. People think I don't watch. They know who they are. Give me Kachuk. He scored 2 goals before in the first period. I'm gonna pick him in the second period, so I look like I'm a genius. Yeah, 9% now. 2 or 3 retards thought they were slick. Trick jet. I don't miss a trick. I do little shit like that just to see. They'll go tell their buddies tomorrow. Yeah, I took Kachuk in the poll on YouTube. Yeah, when he had 2 goals already. Nimrod is perfect, Winding. You're absolutely right. Absolute fucking Nimrod. Nimrod fuck Todd. It's true. Nimrod the fuck Todd. Oh yeah, that's cool. At least I don't have a screen name that says butt weight. Goodbye. Thanks for the words of wisdom, butt weight. Shut up. Maybe, Matt. Nertz is a dirty bastard. No doubt about it. But Nertz got called for a penalty tonight. That doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about right now. I'm talking about tonight's game. Florida's gotten a lot more calls. A lot more calls. Here comes the intermission report any minute. Please like, share, subscribe. We cover all different types of sports. Hang out, talk shit. Just a live YouTube channel. Do all different types of streams. Hopefully one day we'll start up a podcast or something. A more set up one with more people. But for now, it's just live streaming sports and hanging. Not too much you can't say over here.
Game over, he said.
Try to be respectful. Try not to be a moron.
I think everyone's tweeting at you right now, wondering, is the game really still over, Biz?
I'm so used to seeing this Florida team put the Anaconda chokehold on other teams, and all of a sudden they get awakened from the dead.
What we have here is what we had in the first couple of games. As we welcome back to Florida, Liam McHugh.
But what does that have to do with tonight's game, Matt? I get what you're saying, but like, what is it? I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about this series. I'm not talking about the second round or the third round. We're way past that. Come on.
Well, Edmonton gave Florida.
What's that got to do with the game or the team they're playing now?
They had to jump. They were on their toes. They created some opportunities and got some power plays. 97 was 97 in that period. He had a couple great chances, but he opened up the ice. He got Florida on their heels, and their secondary group came alive. And that's what you got to have in the Stanley Cup Finals, right? They're a gutsy team. They're a good team. There's a reason why you get the Stanley Cup Finals. And at 3-0, they showed it. And I just thought it was a tremendous amount of heart to come back. And then at 3-1, Pickard made a save on a breakaway.
That hasn't this series.
Probably maybe the difference in the game.
That's my point.
That's the story for me. Pickard going putting on a performance.
It felt like Florida opened the door a little bit. But they start just dumping the puck and go for a change. They kind of put their foot off the gas a little bit. You saw them in the first period. They were going after Edmonton. In this second period, they sat back a little too much and kind of opened it up for Edmonton. But I agree with you. Pickard coming in, making those. When he made that breakaway save at 3-1, it was like, this could be the save of the game right here.
Let's take a closer look.
Like talking to a wall.
Highlight is Calvin Pickard. I mean, the decision.
I don't get what you're saying. Like, what does that have to do with this series?
Put on the performance that he put in that second
Well, but this series, but that series, I'm talking about this
He
series.
gets the job done. He battles. You see it on his east to west plays. He's trying to get his body behind.
Fucking
the goal.
retarded.
Doesn't look like Bobrovsky going side to side, but in the end, it's about stopping the puck, and he's doing it right now for Edmonton, and really gave them life in this period.
Go ahead, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, I was going to say, no, not at all. No, Pickard is unbelievable. I agree with all you guys. But Bob's doing great,
So are
too.
you.
Yeah. I was going to say, Hank must be salivating right now because this is a goalie battle right now. You see, Bob made a great save in the break on McDavid. Another great save on Skinner. A couple deflections he stopped, too. This third period is going to be a battle of the goaltenders.
Yeah, we're back to game 1 and 2, right? The momentum.
The Florida Panthers have had more power plays than anyone in NHL history in this series. Stop it.
Disappointed because of all
Stop
the
it.
penalties kind of disrupted the flow, but we're back to great hockey. We love it.
One of the things we talked about is
Crazy.
coaches pushing the right buttons. And we said after the first period, it could have been 6-0. I thought Skinner was really good. I was surprised, shocked almost, that he switched the
The
goal.
Panthers are on the power play fucking 8 minutes a period.
It was the right thing to do. It seemed to give
Stop
some
it.
energy to the hockey club, and that's called coaching. You got to know your team.
Another thing, too, I thought Kachuk had his hat trick. Beautiful block by
my
Ekholm with
goodness.
that empty net. Talking about Nuge as well. I mean, lost that face-off in the D zone. We know he's battling through an upper body injury, but for him to execute on that beautiful seam pass over from Draisaitl, that's huge. This is the block that I was talking about where it just seems like the seas were open and all of a sudden Ekholm closed it with that right knee. Watch
The
this.
Panthers have lived on the power play, and people are complaining about the Panthers
That's a major moment.
not getting calls.
Saves from Picard.
Crazy.
Just go back to that execution from Nuge to give them a little bit of life.
They've
And
lived
after
on the
losing that
power
job,
play.
You know how much that hurts him. how
The
much
Oilers missed out on 2 power plays
value,
tonight.
he brings to the team.
No one's going to tell me
Like,
different.
don't you think that that's got to be a one-timer from Kachuk? If he one-times that, they can't get there. He got it, cleaned it
Crazy,
off, and then shot it. But
crazy
that time,
how
two guys kinda
you don't
jammed in
see
there.
that.
100% off your stick as quick as possible. But Ekholm made that big block. I want to watch how he plays this third period. Looks like Coach has gone down to 5 defensemen now, Gretz. You talked about adjustments he's making right now. Stetcher's not really playing that much. I think Ekholm's going to playing himself back into shape. I want to keep an eye on the Oilers.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting because Bouchard actually went down the tunnel near the end of that period as well. So his availability is going to be key in the third period as well. Remember, after game 3, Connor McDavid said, I don't think our best has shown up all series long, but it is coming. It arrived in that second period.
Big third period coming up. Big third period.
Wayne Gretzky. Who's Wayne Gretzky?
He was accepted into the Hall of Fame.
That's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. Oh, I got it, Dwayne Jetski.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Homes.com. It's the best. You cannot legally say Homes.com is the best.
Well, how can we not say it if that's our new name? Homes.com is the best.com.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything.
Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
I love a good beer. Specifically yours.
In fact, me and my closest 200,000 drinking buddies can smell it from a mile off. Except now there's this Orkin pro telling us it's last call at the Taylor house. Well, I'm smart enough to know when the party's over. I'll fight you. Okay, go home, Larry. Orkin, the best in pests.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
Why do couples choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
I make my side firmer. Sleep Number does that. Your ideal firmness and effortless comfort all night.
Can I help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that. 9 out of 10 couples report better sleep. Shop the summer cool down sale. Save 40% on the new cooling special edition smart bed. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you.
Fish not biting today?
Nah, nothing. Seems like they're as bored as I am.
I guess what you need is a Red Bull, the energy drink.
I don't need Red Bull for fishing.
Not for you, for them.
Fish?
Wait, watch. Red Bull gives them wings.
But not so good either, dang it.
Party people!
Morty, you guys are really spreading out onto the lawn.
Burn it all down, boys! At least Jerry got hurt. 40s, huh? You're the worst.
Rick and Morty. New episodes Sundays at 11 p.m. on Adult Swim.
Say what you want about America, but we get a few things right.
Baseball is back with MLB Tuesday on TBS and Max.
This is about to be turned up to another level.
I'm on the way like a road trip. On my way to the top, no, I won't slip.
Swing at a miss, he got him. Oh, what a catch!
We on the way, we on the way.
Curtis Granderson, Jimmy Rollins, and the Hall of Famer, Pedro Martinez.
This is up and gone! Made to the moment!
TBS Tuesday on the way. Let's go.
Live from the 2025 Stanley Cup Final, you're watching the Discover Intermission Report. Discover, the official card of the NHL.
Welcome back to Florida. DraftKings Sportsbook, your home for live betting. New customers, you can bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app, use promo code SKATE when you sign up. The season
Third period comes.
That we are
It's alive! It's alive!
is looking good. McDavid has the shots. Forsling has the block shots. Edmonton plus 1.5. You still need a brown.
We got another overtime coming.
12 minutes of spirit.
And this
Christ.
yeah, you're taking.
This is what it was, but we're back. We are back, baby.
You need some crazy glue. You're back in it.
We gotta pay some mortgages off here, DraftKings. Let's go. Come on, Connor Brown. Don't let us down.
We got a tie game into the third period. A minute 28 left on that Florida.
I think I'm ready to.
Florida on the power play at the start of the third. Florida living on the power play again. Oilers finally got a few calls in that second period. I thought they got fucked on a call in the first period. When Florida scored their third goal, there should have been a high stick. And then I think Bouchard got boarded or something. It should have been I don't know what you call it, roughing, boarding, but there should have been a power play for the Oilers at the end of this second period. And then they call a soft one on Edmonton at the end of the second. So Florida will be on the power play for about a minute 30 at the start of the third, tied 3-3. Check out some of the box score quickly if we can. Skinner got pulled in the first, made 14 saves out of 17. Florida scored 2 goals with Tkachuk in the first period. one on a 5-on-3, the other on a 5-on-4. No one really in the negative, not too many. Lustanen, Greer, Gajodovic for Florida. Seth Jones, -1. Nico Mikkola, -1. Edmonton, Connor Brown, -1. Evander Kane, -1. Nugent Hopkins, -1. Stetcher, -1. Nurse and Evander Kane, got to watch the penalties. Got to watch them. Committed bad penalties in the first period, both of them, for Edmonton. Those are two guys that cannot be off the ice. They need those two guys on the ice for the second and third lines. Well, Edmonton looked much better in this second period. If they can keep Florida from scoring in the first minute and a half, this is going to be a very interesting third period. Borowski's looked spectacular at times, human at others. The replacement that came in for Edmonton's looked very good. Calvin Pickard had 10 saves out of 10 in that second period. Had some help from his defenseman Bouchard and Ekholm and Nugent Hopkins. Blocked some pucks before they got to him. One of them they blocked before it got to an empty net. But if I'm Edmonton, I feel pretty damn good going into this third period. You cannot give up a power play goal right away, though. They played from behind so much. I really, if they can hold on for this first minute and a half, I think Edmonton's got the momentum right now. They cannot let Florida get anything going to start this third. Here we go. Start of the third. Florida 27 shots on goal to Edmonton's 24.
They're on Draisaitl in the penalty box.
And Draisaitl's in the box. Not good. One of Edmonton's top guys in the penalty box. That doesn't help. Draisaitl's probably their best player. One of them, him and McDavid. 3-3. Face off at center ice. McDavid loses it. Florida, minute 20 on the power play. Here we go. Start of the third.
Barkov with 2 points tonight. Push the puck around. Back the other way it comes to Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk leads on by McDavid. Reinhart moves it back up the board.
Got to get it out.
In a 3-3 game. Barkov, now Tkachuk.
Shitty way to start a period.
Up top for Ekblad. Matthew Tkachuk with 2 first turns.
Seth Jones.
Aaron Ekblad with a shot. That misses the net. Jones over for Florida. Under a minute to go on the Draisaitl penalty.
Edmonton got to clear it.
Jones for Ekblad.
Nice puck movement.
Now Sam Reinhart.
Good job by the Edmonton D. They got to clear. They can't. Still in.
Reinhart with it once again.
Nice save. Barkov with a shot. Florida keeps it in. Jones to Ekblad. Stopped by the defenseman. Big penalty kill. 10 seconds left on the power play. Florida close to netting their fourth goal. Here's Marchand.
To play the puck. Penalty time winding down here. Just about forced with a wrist shot. Opportunity missed the net. 60 expires. Draisaitl returns.
Florida keeps it in.
Florida with the extra attacker.
Marchand dumps it in.
Passed off by Nurse. Verhaeghe back out onto the stick of Marchand. Off an Oilers skate. Janmark puts the
Florida keeps it in still. Uh-oh. Verhaeghe.
For Florida.
Oh, wow. Edmonton got fortunate.
Cross-screen group. Kulikov.
Panthers needed a line change.
Now it's Kulak for Edmonton. Darnell Nurse. So the Oilers kill off the Draisaitl penalty. It remains a 3-3 game. Rostarina with it.
Oh, dangerous. Nice save. Pickard. Florida's threatening.
Everybody thought the puck was in the corner, but the puck was actually laying in the blue paint right in front of Pickard.
Here's Bouchard.
Bouchard deflected by Henrique. Forsling on it for Florida. Hangs it up the boards. Played at center by Bouchard. 2.5 in, third period. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Tied 3 apiece.
Turnover.
Into the left.
Florida chasing.
Next man to it. Now A.J. Greer. It's very effective fourth line on the ice for the Panthers.
Florida looks good at the start of the third. Trouble.
Take the shot. Here is.
Ooh, wide. Ekblad.
Kept alive by Nosek. Forsling. For Ekblad. Defended by Podkolzin, who scored the tying goal for Edmonton.
Nice pass, Forsling.
Down and a shot by Nosek. Played by Podkolzin.
Cleared.
Moves it down into the Florida end.
Wellman with a huge shot.
Edmonton better wake up.
Look at the odds from DraftKings.
Florida putting the heat on them.
As the Edmonton Oilers
3-3. 6:30 to play
tie this game.
in regulation.
There's Verhaeghe. Pulls the string and shoots.
Oh.
Blocked by Ekholm. Puck lifted out of the zone. Jeff Jones with it for Florida. Back into the Oilers.
Oh, that should have been offsides.
Couldn't get the pass through. Back out it comes. Shot by Barkov.
Wide, Barkov. Oof.
Barkov with it for Florida.
Pickard's in playing with danger.
Out for a shot by Nicholas. Stopped by Pickard. Right off his mask. Hit him right in the mask.
Big save by Pickard.
Wow, what a job Calvin Pickard is doing. And I thought Hank
Big drive.
perfectly. Sometimes it's not always the prettiest, but he's getting the job done. This is not an easy save.
Hell no.
The high tip. He's aggressive, but he's able to get out and get it. And then Edzo, he continues his brilliance here to start this third.
I mean, there's that play there where the puck was just laying there, and then right there off the mask, the screen in front. No chance for him to.
Pickard just got his bell rung.
Out of the way.
His mask might be cracked.
Go here in this game 4. But I think that guy right there is a starter in game 5 back in Edmonton on Saturday night. With the way that he has come in here and the way that his team has responded. They're only worried about game 4. We understand that. But I think he will.
16 minutes to go in the third, tied up.
It's his series now.
Face off to the left.
I mean, the saves that he's made were unbelievable.
Of
the way
Pickard.
his team has gotten back into this game and got a chance to go home to make it a best of 3.
Florida wins the draw.
Wrist the puck around. Nicholas steps up. Now Janmark. Back for Draisaitl. Bruce, you came off the bench.
Edmonton got to get this puck out of their own end.
2010 against Chicago.
Can't score playing defense.
It's nerve-wracking.
Janmark.
Success Pickard is having right
Kane,
now.
Draisaitl.
2 losses in relief.
Draisaitl.
It's a tough
Out
situation
top.
to come in.
Edmonton can't keep it in.
For what he's been able to do to kind of give his team some life. Yeah, they had the power plays, but when the score was 3-1, the save that he made on Lundell, that's the save of the game right there. This is why this score is tied up at 3, because of that save he made.
Edmonton dumps it in. Out of play. Deflected.
Faceoff will come outside the Florida line.
Big game right here.
In a 3-3 game, Panger
Well, listen, this is an update on the ice surface here. Many would wonder how it is. I got to tell you, hats off to the NHL Hockey Operations Ice Guru, Derek King, right here. Fellas, they put over $10 million in the dehumidifier system. At ice level, it's around 61 degrees, and it's only about 38 degrees humidity. So it's been pretty darn good here. And we are at ice level. Bouchon, no problems whatsoever.
Nice and cool down here.
Here's Edmonton. Can't keep it in. Florida back the other way. Marchand.
It's a 97
Won by Edmonton. Florida keeps it in.
Might have gotten to that level earlier today. One down towards the net, broken up in front. And now it's cleared out by Frederick. We did not have an Eddie impersonation on today's bingo card. It's usually Boosh when we all get together. That was good, Edzo. I like that.
Florida looks better to start the third.
Benny's rubbing off on everybody here.
Edmonton falling asleep a little bit.
We'll be in Edmonton when we arrive tomorrow, hopefully. Celsius. Puck backhanded in by Verhaeghe. Now Bouchard fires the puck around. A hit by Forsling. And now McDavid.
Uh-oh.
And across the Florida line. Connor McDavid holds.
Nice.
Shot by Ekholm. It's blocked.
Save Borowski.
Right in front of Bobrovsky. Now Bouchard.
Bouchard keeps it in.
Bouncing puck. Forsling moves it ahead. And now it's Verhaeghe up the boards and down. Verhaeghe chasing after the puck. Held up by Bouchard. Ekholm there for the Oilers. Bennett comes in. And now Tkachuk with it. Tkachuk across. Forsling.
Oh, dangerous. Florida almost scored.
Instead of shooting it.
Tkachuk up top.
Forsling with a shot.
Deflected. What a save. Pickard.
Pickard hangs onto it.
And it's getting scrappy. Verhaeghe got punched in the mouth. Wow. Dangerous deflection.
Connor Brown. And then Pickard. That's up.
What a save by Pickard. Dangerous deflection. TV timeout. 13:24 to play in the third. 3-3. Another frantic finish in the NHL Finals. 3 out of 4 games have been amazing. Who's going to have the bigger balls tonight? Florida having a pretty good start to this third period. Edmonton had a 3-0 win in the second period. Florida, 3-0 win in the first period. 3-3, 13:24 to go in the third. Tale of 2 periods. Too many periods to talk about. No Diddy. Fuck. I never talked about periods so much in my life than watching hockey. I'd rather talk about hockey periods, though. Who's going to crack first? Florida or Edmonton? Who is going to crack first in this third period?
Here in Sunrise, Florida, Jackie.
Well, guys, safe to say Calvin Pickard has certainly found a home here with the Oilers. He's played more games in the last 2 years for Edmonton than the previous 6 seasons
Pickard
combined.
having a very good game.
I asked him about pressure. He said, Jackie, 3 years ago, I was fighting just to be able to play hockey anywhere. When you've had to fight and play like every game could be your last, the weight of that pressure is something you have to learn to get comfortable with. So he said, for him, every chance that he gets to play, it's not about pressure anymore. It's about an opportunity for a guy that didn't really think he was going to have any opportunities moving forward.
Face off to the right of Pickard.
And you can see the
Won by Edmonton.
you go in the room and you see he's got a special bond.
They dump it in.
With the guys.
Florida comes up with it.
Jackie drafted by the Avalanche back in 2010.
Nate Schmidt
His 6th NHL team, 3rd year with the Oilers.
clears the puck. Oilers right back into the zone.
And has stopped everything thrown his way.
Florida retains possession.
7 minutes.
Here comes Bennett
Now Bennett
across the blue line.
into the right of Pickard.
Dumped in.
The shot. And Nurse, and now Draisaitl looking for the puck.
Oh, dangerous.
Quick stick.
Dangerous. Good job by Pickard. Hugging that post.
To Mikkola.
Mikkola to Kachuk. Wrap around. No good.
Nurse holds him off, and now Draisaitl works it across.
Here
the
comes
floor.
Edmonton. Breaking out of their own end. And there's going to be a penalty on Florida.
Draisaitl did a good job
Interference.
on the boards to try to jump into the play, and Bennett
Or tripping.
ties him up
One or the other.
right here.
I think he's going to tripping.
He gives him the old can opener right around the feet. Right call, Dave.
Edmonton going on the power play. Good call.
The Edmonton Oilers.
And Bennett is not the guy you want to lose on the power play.
Period.
Or the penalty kill.
Have an opportunity here
Florida's top point
to take the
scorer
lead on the power play in game 4.
in the playoffs for sure.
But this game tied up at 3. And give Draisaitl credit. Kept those legs churning. Knew he had a step on Bennett. And now they're on a power play. And look at the Edmonton Oilers right now.
13:26 to play in the third. Edmonton on a power play. Starting right now. Face off to the right of Borowski. Tied at 3. 2 minutes power play for Edmonton. 12:26. Edmonton wins the draw. Bouchard.
Scored their first goal with Bennett in the penalty box.
Edmonton loses the puck
Perry, Ekblad, looking for the puck.
behind the Florida net.
They continue to battle with the Oilers on the
McDavid,
power
Perry,
play for the fourth.
Draisaitl, Bouchard,
Edmonton 1 for 3.
and Eklund, I would believe.
Finally played by Forsling and held in.
Nice job by Bouchard keeping it in.
Big hit on McDavid by Ekblad.
Draisaitl to Bouchard.
Cross for Bouchard. Puck was deflected. Draisaitl with it once again. Perry on around Nugent Hopkins. But not
Can't keep it in the zone.
Minute 10 remaining on the power play for the Oilers in a 3-3 game. Here comes Bouchard dropping it back. McDavid through the neutral zone and across the line.
Nice pass to Perry.
40 years of age.
Draisaitl
Draisaitl.
to McDavid. Out to Bouchard.
Bouchard for McDavid. David between the circles.
Shoot the puck, Connor McDavid.
Back out it comes to McDavid. Who's in? Fires.
Oh, shot. 2 crazy saves, Borowski. Wow.
For McDavid.
Great 2 saves for him. And Borowski. Huge. Wow. And McDavid lets the puck go all the way to his other end.
5 seconds on the Bennett minor.
Horrible job on that one.
Puck deflects over the glass. Out of play.
Huge save, Borowski.
Huge save.
2 of them.
Here, watch Corey Perry. This puck looks like it's going to get out of the zone. He's able to knock it down, keep it onside, and from there,
McDavid, point blank range. Perry spins. Huge kick save, Borowski.
What a save by Bobrovsky.
That was a goal. He got to it just in time.
It's a toe save if I've ever seen one.
Perry pissed he couldn't get it off the ice.
Save from Calvin Pickard. I think you can put that one and check a box by Bob on that one there. That is just gigantic. Don't know if that first shot ever got to him.
I don't think so.
I think it might have hit Perry, right?
Yeah, okay.
$18 seconds left on the power play. 3-3. Face off to the right of Borowski.
Give the goaltender credit. Amazing stop.
Cleared by Florida.
Down to 10 seconds remaining.
Big penalty kill.
10.5 to go. Third period.
Edmonton almost got him. Ooh, big hit. That's... What the hell was that? Another penalty?
TNT is your new home for NASCAR this summer. Tune into all the action beginning June 28th on TNT and stream on Max.
Hopefully Ryan Gibbons is okay. The puck was being iced.
Kane ran into him. Took a big hit.
Goes up. Excellent job there. Hopefully everybody's okay. And that becomes a great pickup by our crew here.
Edmonton face off in their own end.
Obviously dangerous there.
1 second left on their power play.
Flipping over there.
They win it. And that's it for the power play. Nice forecheck.
Edmonton now 1 for 4 on the power play. Ekholm fires in. Kane takes a hit from Smith. Connor Brown over for the Oilers. Up the boards. Kachuk stepped into.
Nice play by Wallman there.
Huge play by Wallman.
Just past the midway point. Third period. Kachuk looking for Bennett. Janmark.
Oilers fighting to keep it in.
Now Connor Brown over for Edmonton. But cleared by Kulikov.
Florida clears it. It's going to be an icing.
And the Panthers have iced it.
Panthers.
9:42 to go in the third. 3-3. 32 shots on net for Florida. 25 for Edmonton. Going to be a face-off in the Panthers zone. I think it's going to be to the left, the right of Borowski. Florida wins it, dumps it out. Going to be another icing potentially. No, it won't. They call it off. Here comes Edmonton.
Florida.
They dump it in.
Past the stick of Perry. Forsling with it. Draisaitl comes over. And the puck deflects over the glass. 9:22 on the clock. Third period. Tied 3 apiece.
게임을 시작하겠습니다.
나가자. 우리 살아야지, 준이야.
Well, we got another overtime game coming. Little over halfway through, tied at 3. That'd be crazy if 3 out of the first 4 games go to overtime. That might be the most overtime games in a NHL Finals ever. If it isn't, it's got to be the most overtime games out of 4. If it happens again tonight. We've had an overtime game, a double overtime game, a blowout, and now another tight game with about 9:30 to go in the third. Pickard doing a good job coming off the bench for the Oilers, playing goal. Borowski made a lot of good saves. He's looked a little human, but for the most part, he's been tough. Third period, pretty even so far. Both teams with opportunities. Edmonton cannot continue to give up power plays like they have, though. Florida gets a power play. I think this game's over.
Stanley Cup final. Travis and Taylor, TNT on TNT.
Face off to the right of Borowski.
3-3 game.
Perry goes down.
Just over 9 minutes remaining. Rodriguez moves it in around Kulak. Draisaitl over to play the puck. Puck pulls it, outlet pass, going to Perry. Broken up by Mikula. There's Rodriguez.
Nice move, Rodriguez. Stolen by Edmonton. Here's Perry.
Perry
Oh, what a save. McDavid with a blast. Tough save, Borowski. Another save, Borowski.
What a great play there.
I don't think that was...
Great stiff by him.
That might not have been McDavid. That might have been someone else.
To his
wow.
left, to Draisaitl. But he gets it over, puts it right in the wheelhouse of Podkolzin. And Bobrovsky has to make a great save. And look what Perry goes right after. Right to the front of the net.
That was McDavid. Oh, no, excuse me. Nugent Hopkins, wasn't it?
That is not an easy save when you're moving in one direction and then you got to kick the leg out the other way.
Man, another big save, Borowski.
235 postseason games. That's fourth on the all-time list. Passing Claude Lemieux. Kulikov went for the hit on Jeff Skinner.
Here comes Florida.
Here comes Lundell.
Marchand.
Marchand with a shot.
Shot saved.
Ekholm. Moves it ahead for Henrique. Now to return for Matthias Ekholm. Forsling with his long reach. Kept it away from Frederick.
Here's Marshy.
Back to Lundell. Anton Lundell.
Deflected.
Now Kulak controls for the Oilers. Connor Brown. Leading Ekblad to the puck.
Oh, the ref got right in the way.
Nugent Hopkins off of Florida skate.
That's the second time that's happened to Edmonton in the last 2 games.
Taken away by Barkov.
Uh-oh.
Towards the net. Backhand shot. Reinhart.
Florida threatening.
Controls for Florida. Panthers scored their 3 goals.
Panthers better wake up. I mean, Oilers better wake up.
Stuart Skinner.
They fall asleep a couple minutes every period.
Oilers scored 3 in the second. There's Bouchard. First 2 games of this series needed extra time. Double overtime in game 2. Now Mikkola. Reinhart. Shouldered by Kulak. Bouchard comes in. Verhaeghe as well. McDavid is there. 7 minutes remaining. Verhaeghe works the puck free. There's Seth Jones. Moves it into the corner. Kulak had the angle on Reinhart.
Here comes the Oilers.
There's Nugent Hopkins for Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins scores the net.
Oh, Borowski, another save.
Reinhart hit the ice. Battle for the puck. Reinhart with it. Steps away from Nugent Hopkins. Ahead for Barkov.
Turnover.
There is a blast by Wallman.
What a shot by Waldman. Glove side. 90-mile-an-hour slap shot. One-timer. Oilers lead 4-3. What a rip. Wallman was due.
Jake Wallman has given Edmonton.
Wow, that was a laser.
A long shift for the Florida Panthers. There's only one Edmonton owner below the goal line.
What a rip.
And they just go to work.
Whack. Glove side low. Tough shot to score on.
Nugent Hopkins did an amazing job below the goal.
Man, he squeaked that one by.
Glove side.
Short side, glove side.
He can shoot it too, Wallman.
Wow.
He had a message for the
Fucking rip.
when he was coming.
Edmonton comes back from 3 goals down and takes a 4-3 lead.
Mark II to pressure down and
6:20 to go in the third. A lot of time to play.
for the Oilers in this one. Jake Wallman, the great nephew of...
Oh, here comes Edmonton again.
Raging Bull has given the Oilers the lead. Second of the postseason for Wallman. Now Kachuk, defended by Nurse. Off the stick with Bennett.
Here comes Florida.
Wallman scored 7 goals during the
This game ain't over yet.
The majority of the year with
We know it's not.
Now Bennett
Nice save
in a collision with
by Pickard. Oh, Kachuk offsides. Almost caught Oilers
the last 4
in a line change.
with 5:39 remaining.
Wow. Wallman with a laser.
Ever seen a miracle?
Now
Well, there's still time. Let's see what you got.
4-3 Oilers.
Impressive. I'm fearless.
3 laps is a lifetime.
Anything else, Professor?
Tried fast.
F1 the movie, rated PG-13, in theaters and IMAX, June 27th.
We're challenging the standard of what comes standard.
What a comeback.
With the next generation GMC Terrain Elevation. When we choose to challenge, we challenge
Don't
completely.
call it a comeback.
Current eligible lessees can get this low mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain Elevation for around $299 per month.
What a hockey game.
Professional race.
4 unanswered goals by Edmonton. Down 3-0.
But your phone's there. Get up
Now
now,
lead
and the train of
4-3.
thought will get off track faster than a roller coaster going downhill. With 2 really big guys in the front.
It's a Mac. I can just mirror my phone from here.
No, that's what makes it awesome, guy.
Oh. Glad we learned something.
Ice evens up the odds
Golden
sometimes.
Summer, the world's top soccer clubs soar into the United States. 32 clubs, 11 cities, 4 weeks, 1 world champion.
What a game.
FIFA Club World Cup coverage begins Saturday on TNT Sports and stream on DAZN.
The effort by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 1 Edmonton Oiler. 4 Florida Panthers below the goal line. And look at the effort by Nugent-Hopkins. Fresh bodies on the ice. The turnover by Barkov. The great stick there by Janmark. And then Walmart just pulls it right by.
Here's Edmonton again.
And Nugent-Hopkins, 13:36.
Can't keep it in.
The Oilers have scored the last 4. Teams leading the Stanley Cup final game by at least 3 goals after the first period have never lost. Record of 37 at home. Florida had a 3-0 lead after 20 minutes here tonight. They replaced Skinner with Pickard. Eddie talked about what the Oilers needed to do early in the second to get back into this game. And they have scored.
Oh, Florida couldn't keep it in the zone.
The latest from Walman. Mark sent in deep by Reinhardt for Higgy. Tied up behind the net. McDavid comes over. Nugent-Hopkins slips it ahead.
4:30 to go. Here comes Edmonton.
4.5 on the clock. There's Connor Brown cutting wide
Ooh.
through the crease.
Florida back the other way.
Blocked off by Walman. And now Ekblad shoots in. Down to 4:15.
Still a lot of time.
Florida leading the series.
Verhaeghe dumps it in.
Oilers with goals from Nugent-Hopkins, Nurse, and Colbolzin in the second, and now Walman here in the third.
4-3 Edmonton on the Walman goal.
Skinner tied up by Kulikov. There's Bennett.
Oh, Bennett, nice move. Offsides
Side.
on Florida.
We'll look at historic comebacks from a 3-goal deficit. The last to do it, Carolina against Edmonton. Game 1 back in 2006. 6 times in history in the Stanley Cup final. Team has come back to win from 3 goals down. Oilers looking to join that list. There's Kulak, moves the puck in deep. Kulikov, over for Florida. Now Kachuk. Kulikov was calling for the puck. Here's
Here
Smith.
comes Edmonton.
Nate Smith.
Here comes Florida.
Pass in front. That was broken up by Draisaitl. Draisaitl into the Florida zone.
Oh, what a move.
Draisaitl to the net.
Nice save, Borowski. Wow, Draisaitl should have finished that one.
Kulikov
Barkov
Wow.
across the ice. And he's either got to get the puck or the man. He doesn't get anything, and all of a sudden,
Good job by Kachuk. He just saved the goal.
on the backside from Matthew Tkachuk is just not able to get that.
Draisaitl gets another second. He dribbles around Borowski for a goal.
Check end zone. I think Draisaitl recognized it, tried to kind of chip it to the short side.
3:20 to go. Edmonton
Now Jeff Skinner jumps on a loose puck.
gets it in the zone.
At what point, Eddie, do you think about pulling Bobrovsky?
Well, depending on where the puck is.
Nice play by Verhaeghe. Oh, big dirty hit too. Got away with it.
The next time you get some of the bigger boys out on the ice, it's got to be soon.
Marchand dumps it in.
Pickard on Marchand.
Like in the next 30 seconds max. As long as you have the possession of the puck, it's in the offensive zone.
Florida fighting to keep it in.
Keep the puck alive.
They do.
Long shot through the crease from Marchand. Here's Mikkola. Now Bouchard for Ekholm. Up the boards, Nugent Hopkins.
Nice clear by Nugent Hopkins. Going to be an icing.
Down to 2:26.
2:26 to go. 4-3 Edmonton.
Oilers with a 4-3 lead. Play Stanley Cup Final Bingo presented by Upper Deck. Each bingo line earns you a chance to win an exclusive prize. Go to NHL.com.
They just did.
Grab your bingo card before every
They just pulled them.
Stanley Cup final game, and Bobrovsky has gone to the bench. Extra skater on the ice for the Panthers.
Empty net for Florida.
Tkachuk.
2:26 to go in the third.
Ekblad Jones.
Florida wins it.
Here is Tkachuk with a shot.
Ooh, dangerous.
Jones stepping up. Beat Nugent Hopkins to the puck. Sent back up the boards.
Edmonton clears the zone.
Now Ekblad. Sends it in deep. Bouchard. Unable to clear. Tkachuk. Around to the far side. Henrique touched by Ekblad. Now Reinhart works it back out for Jones. Here's Barkov. Barkov missing the net. Tkachuk keeps it alive for Bennett.
Dangerous. Edmonton's got to clear.
Now Barkov. Here's Jones. Now Reinhart. Ekblad with a shot.
Ooh, just wide. Ekblad.
Here's Barkov. Barkov through the crease. Back
Florida's threatening.
Panthers trail by a goal. They led 3-0. Puck deflects away from Tkachuk. Oilers unable to clear. Jones down low. Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk for Sam Bennett shoots.
Oh, wide.
Down to a minute 20.
Florida continues to keep it in.
Here's Reinhart. This shot did not get through, and it winds up in the netting with a minute 21 remaining in regulation.
Florida giving it all they got with the empty net.
You do have a timeout here if you're Florida.
Yeah, Kai. You can pull the goalie for an extra skater.
Was going to get this puck out. Right here, off the glass, at least.
You're allowed 6 guys on the ice.
Reinhart did a great job.
Doesn't have to be a goalie.
That area and not allowing him to, be able to follow through, or at least skate it out of the zone.
Florida's going to use their timeout with a minute 21 to go. Down 4-3. Edmonton's got to win a face-off and get it out of the zone.
In game 4.
Face-off will be in the Edmonton end.
Assistant coach Mark Stewart for the Edmonton Oilers with the dry erase board, and assistant coach Jamie Compon on the
Yeah, it's like being on a power play, but you have an open net. And these guys are good.
Talking to his team.
If Edmonton gets control of the puck and a good look, they'll put it in that net from 90 feet away.
Panthers send out 6.
Edmonton needs to win this face-off.
Down to a minute 21.
And get it the fuck out of there.
Oilers with a 4-3 advantage.
And they do.
Lifts the puck down.
This might go.
Wide.
Oh, just wide.
Empty net.
Icing.
6 more seconds off the clock.
But it kills 6 seconds. This is specialty hockey.
Interesting, Bush no Verhaeghe out here for the the Florida Panthers going with 2D and 4
Another great game. Not over. Minute 15 to go. Face off to the right of Pickard. Bouchard clears it.
Rolling down.
And it's going to go just wide. No icing.
1:05. There's Kachuk. Push the puck in, and this will be an icing at the other end. So it's
wow, that's a big play.
A face-off in the Florida zone as Bobrovsky returns.
And now they're going to have to put the goalie back in with a face-off in the Florida end. Minute 1:01 to go. Kachuk going to the bench. He was out there for about 3 minutes.
Draisaitl with a shot off the faceoff. On the side by Bobrovsky. Under a minute to go in regulation. Edmonton Oilers with a 4-3 lead. Jones up the middle. Deflected in by Ekblad. Bouchard back with it for the Oilers. Sends it up the boards and out. And now it's Seth Jones. Ekblad.
Florida, 40 seconds to go.
From Barkov down to 40 seconds. There goes Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky for an extra skater getting pulled.
Bouchard clears the puck into the neutral zone.
30 seconds to go. Here comes Kachuk. Dumps it in.
Pickard. Now Kulak. Held in by Verhaeghe.
Here's Florida. Oh, they can't handle it. Score! We're going to overtime. Oh, my God. Is that Kachuk for the hat trick? Holy shit. Another overtime thriller. Reinhardt.
Just under 20 seconds remaining.
Nuts. Both teams have done this with the extra skater. Pickard finally gets caught.
Along the boards with support by Bennett and folks.
Fucking Edmonton choked.
That is not an easy handle to put the
wow.
back of the net and a game tire here. Yes, 4 is out.
19 seconds to play in the third.
The Stanley Cup final.
Holy shit.
So maybe get it up to the glass. He fanned it. That's what allowed Florida to win the wall battle. And eventually
this place is going to go nuts in overtime.
gets swimming out of position. But if he just handles that puck, puts it up in the glass.
Here's Edmonton. 2 seconds to go. That's it. We're going to overtime. Wow. Crazy.
Series that will lead overtime. Corey Perry had the late time goal in game 2.
Another overtime game.
And this one was close.
There's the shoot in, the support, the hit, and then the great play by Verhaeghe. And now attack mode.
Edmonton got out of position. Crazy. OT again.
We have here tonight.
Wow, Florida's going to feel good right now.
Panthers force overtime. Reinhardt with the late goal. Overtime, intermission report. Coming up next.
I called it.
We're here. Progressive's accident response detected an accident.
I told you guys, I got a feeling this shit's going into overtime again tonight. What a fucking series. That NBA series has had nothing on this series. Nothing. This is the craziest NHL final I've ever watched. 3 out of 4 games go to overtime. Nuts. It's exhausting to watch. Every fucking night I've had to watch an extra fucking 40 minutes of sports. Christ. I might have to go get my phone charger. Crazy, crazy hockey game. Going to overtime. That fucking poor goalie for Edmonton, man. Both of their goalies have played well. Fucking, they Edmonton just can't fucking help themselves. I swear. This is a big game. If Edmonton loses in overtime, this fucking series is over. And I'd be shocked. If Edmonton loses this game tonight in overtime, I don't think they're going to come back. I don't think they'll have the fight in them. They lost one in overtime at home. Now to lose one on the road after you came back from 3-0 down. Went up 4-3. Cough up a goal with 19 seconds to go. And now you got to go play some more. I don't think it bodes well for Edmonton. Edmonton had him. Florida gave him 4 goals in a row. And with 20 seconds left, I want to puke. I want to puke for the Oilers. They're going to make me puke. Seriously. I know what it's like to be a goalie and fucking have, I don't know. I never gave up that many goals, but not too many big games. I gave up more than 1 or 2, but fuck. The nerves, because I was a goalie, that's why I get like this. It makes me like remember playing in very close games in high school and fucking I played in some big games and fucking man, it just makes me, and I can feel it. I know what they're like. I know what they're feeling like, these goalies. And watching the game makes me feel like I'm fucking in an overtime game that I need to win as a goalie. Oh. I would not want to be the guy that gives up the 5th goal tonight. Man.
Some Panthers fans heading for the exit. There they are. What did they miss?
Get back in.
There were people that left the fucking game. Panthers fans walking out. They're not going to be allowed back in. What a shitty feeling that must be. People walking out of the game as they score the goal. Fucking idiots. Spend all that money to go.
Take some deep cleansing breaths. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, the rest of us trying to take in exactly what we just saw here. Let's just start at the very end.
Let's listen to the overtime intermission report.
Scramble. What do you think of how Edmonton played with the net empty on the other end?
We got overtime coming.
And then they got passive the last minute and a half. They kind of got into sort of a box plus 1, and they let Florida play on the outside. And Florida so smart at that part of their game. And then they got one chance to get inside, and they went inside, and Reinhardt's there with an empty net. But all in all, I thought Edmonton had a good period, and I thought they just got a little passive.
Edmonton just blew that.
Plays magnified in the Stanley Cup final, and it was Pickett's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
That one bad handle there on that dump in handcuffs Kulak, and it allows the Florida Panthers to get on the hunt here, Hank. They create a turnover in the puck at the back of their net.
It still ended up on the Edmonton Oilers stick, right? But a lot of times in a scramble like this, it's usually 3, 4, sometimes even 5 things that needs to go wrong, and it did in front there. The bouncing puck, the broken plays, and it just it went Florida's way the last couple of seconds.
Guys, if you go back to last year in Game 7, when we talk about the Anaconda chokehold, when Florida pinned the Oilers against the wall, I agree with that exchange. It wasn't the cleanest, but if I'm Kulak, I'm just eating that on the yellow there. Allow your guys to overload, and then just try to either get a whistle or kill the rest of the 20 seconds. So to me, like, I agree with the handle, but if I'm Kulak, I eat that puck. I take any hit you have to, absorb it, and live to fight another day. I don't agree with trying to move that up the strong side. All Florida does is they clog that strong side nonstop. So I don't agree with the play by Kulak.
Yeah, they're really good at it. They cover the wall. There's like 3 guys over there, one, another layer, and then the guy at the point, right?
Yeah.
And they know what to do. And, you know, I don't know if Matthew Tkachuk gets enough credit for how smart he is. He seems to be on every big goal, whether he scores the goal or makes the play. He makes the play to get the puck to Reinhart there. You know, what can you say? It was just a solid goal by the Florida Panthers.
I'm actually surprised. Like, we've seen it a few times throughout these playoffs. I'd like to roll it one more time in the exchange between Pickard and Kulak. You're going to see here, he's going to be on his forehead, I understand, but with such a heavy forecheck, it's hard to really get enough leverage to get that on the glass and get it out beyond all those layers. And take a peek here. Look at that. Stick on puck. You can't get enough leverage. Look at, there's three guys on the strong side there. So in my opinion, you got to eat that. And considering you have guys coming to the other side to help you close that off, all of a sudden you have 3 guys outside of that dot on the strong side, which opens up the complete middle of the ice, and why they had outnumbered situation at the net front. So I just think this is a complete botched job by the Oilers, and agree with you, Wayno. They got way too passive. They sat back. They expected Pickard, to get the job done, and unfortunately it gets over to Reinhart, and we know what he can do with it.
Kulak got jammed up. That's my point. He got jammed up.
Yeah.
Pickard, that's a clean exchange. He can wrap that pretty hard. I thought that Pickard fanned on that.
Yeah.
He didn't give it to him enough time, and then by that point, the Florida Panthers were all over him, and he couldn't wrap that puck. Yes, I agree he should have beaten that puck, but I think he was anticipating as a defenseman that the puck's coming to him quickly so he could make that play to get the puck out of the zone.
So I would say that's the biggest difference between Pickard and Skinner. Skinner handles the puck really well. There's a lot of times Pickard stayed in the net on wraparounds. I'm still just amazed by his performance here. Come in after 20 minutes and put on that performance to really help Edmonton get some life in this game. Massive saves in the second, massive saves in the third to keep it a 1-goal game. Incredible performance. That's hard to do as a goalie, because if you're not starting a game, it's a completely different preparation.
Yeah, and he hasn't played in a while. Like he was hurt, and then he missed the whole third round, and he missed the first few games of this series. But it's a great learning lesson for young kids who want to be goalies. Handling the puck is a big part of being an NHL goaltender. If I was a young goalie, 11, 12 years old, I would handle the puck every day. That was the difference at the end of the game there. You're right. If he gets it up on the glass, there's no play.
How does he get past it? How does he let that?
Well, I think he knows.
And now go forward.
He knows. He's been a huge part of why they're even in this position to play in overtime. Without his big saves, and both in the second and third, he would not even be here. He knows that. Yes, he wishes that he played that part a little bit better, but that's part of being a goalie. You make some mistakes sometimes, and you have to learn to overcome it and get ready. And right now, that's it.
It's not just that, Mark David, but you're an asshole for saying that. Number 2, I have fake teeth. I have fake teeth, and they bother me, and I choke on them sometimes. But whatever. Have a nice life. I wish I was on fucking drugs. All I do is smoke a little weed and drink a little bit of alcohol. My gagging is from my nerves and my fake teeth. But you can think what you want to think. Have a nice life. People are nuts.
Being in front of Skinner.
No doubt. I was a little confused by this one. Nuge clearly dealing with something up her body. They go down 5-on-3. They sent him out there to take that.
Right. You can't win, Kai, right? I wear my teeth and they make me gag a little bit and my nerves. I'm automatically a fucking druggie. I don't wear my teeth. They think I'm a fucking druggie.
Maybe a few other times he could have put it in the back of the net, but I tell you what, that was a tough first period for the
It just felt like a complete carryover from the game before. The lack of discipline and then the execution on the other end, and they get another one late.
And this is where Biz starts tweeting that the game is over. He rips his busy bats, and the world is falling apart.
What up, Mark David?
In comes Pickard, and it's a different story.
Yeah, Pickard gave him some life, and I think after the first period, the veteran guys, the leaders, the best players on that team said, fellas, let's look in the mirror. We got to stay out of the penalty box. Let's get on our toes. Let's start playing Oiler hockey and get skating. And they did that in the second period.
Yeah, and Coach Knobloch went to start cutting back on his bench. And this is the save of the game right there. This is the TNT play of the game. I mean, watch the save there on Pickard. Hank, you always talk about goalies being tight, arms close to the body. If Lundell scores that goal, it's game over according to Biz's tweets.
Definitely a different story. And that's short thereafter. You have this one. And we talked a lot about this during the playoffs. Bob is incredible down low. Around the ears, I think that's where you can expose him. He gets a little bit low sometimes.
And rarely do you see this. Florida Panthers in the net front, especially guys like Nikola getting beat. Bob Colson does a great job of getting separation. One touch on the backhand, and he beats Bob blocker side. So that was the 3-3 goal, and then obviously we had everything in the third.
And now we head to overtime, and we take a look. DraftKings odds, money line right now to win this game. Oilers -110, Panthers -120. DraftKings Sportsbook, your home for live betting. New customers can bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets. If your bet wins, download the app, use promo code SCAPE when you sign up. 10 seconds, who you got?
You just can't win.
I'm saying under this one. I got no idea.
Can't fucking win.
I got Connor Brown because I need him.
You can shop.
You just can't fucking win. Overtime coming up. 4-4.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to safelight.com and we can come to you.
Sick.
Our highly
Overtime
trained techs
on
can
its
replace
way.
your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway.
Fucking hot.
Have a good day.
It was like 90 degrees up
With
here
flexible
today.
payment options, get it fixed now and pay later. Only at safelight.com.
Safe like repairs, safe like replace. Woo!
Our school keeps so hot. My stroll do the robot. I know you'll say I'm a show hop. Control to imitate. I'm alone inside my lane.
When you're with Amex Platinum, you can go the distance for what you love.
I think Edmonton needs to end this quick. I think the longer this game goes, the better off Florida is. Florida's look like the deeper team. If the Oilers want to win this, they gotta take control quickly. Because Florida's gonna come out cooking. If not, no, they can't go down 3-1. Especially they were down 3-0 tonight. They came back, made it 4-3. Score 4 fucking goals in a row and give up a fucking goal with 20 seconds to go. Borowski got pulled. They brought on an extra skater, and that was that. Tied up at 4-4. Here we go. Start of OT. Don't ruin the finish. Don't say what happens. I'm blocking the chat just in case. If you say what happens before it happens, I'm going to block you.
Marchand into the left of Pickard. Backhanded around by Kulak.
Don't be a douche.
Kulak and Los Marina battle for the puck. Terry works it on back. And now it's Nurse for Edmonton. Puts the puck down into the Florida zone. It's an
Icing.
Boy, that seemed to go right.
That's a tough call. That shouldn't have been an icing.
He never tried to play that puck and almost was within. I mean,
How is that a fucking... That should have never been an icing. Nikola got away with one.
bench got a little excited.
Another call for Florida.
The officials and asking them
Wow.
why that was a.
That should have never been an icing. Florida can't keep it in.
Look at the odds from DraftKings Sportsbook. Draisaitl and Marchand have the overtime goals in this series. Brown ties up Rodriguez. Puck flipped out by Ekblad and now sent back along by Nurse.
Come on, Edmonton.
Now Nugent Hopkins.
I want this to go back 2-2. I want to watch more hockey.
Out to the point. Bouchard shot was blocked.
Uh-oh. Kachuk.
Now Bouchard for the Oilers. Past Brown. Another Edmonton icing.
Are you going to go my way? Because I got to know.
Overtime goals for Hagee.
That was a good song. Lenny Kravitz.
Tied for the most among active players is Forsling.
Nice save.
Called in by Ekblad.
Here's Florida.
Reinhardt with it behind the net. Reinhardt back up the board. Got by
Ekblad blocked in front by his own man.
Allowed by Barkov. Sent back around. From McDavid to Bouchard. And now the Oilers clear.
Forsling shot off the face-off win. The puck was on edge rolling, and he absolutely hammered it. Did not miss by much.
Oh, here comes Florida icing.
Now Ekblad has iced the puck.
Had a great view of it from my angle. On edge.
Ooh.
So hard for a goaltender to pick that up. You have no idea where it's going. It's dipping, diving like a knuckleball. Near miss for Forsling.
Forsling almost just ended
On
this
his
game.
birthday. He's got Forsling 29 today. Off the face-off. Frederick looking for the puck. It's in the crease. Bobrovsky is down.
Loose puck. Bobrovsky with the save.
Has the control of the puck.
Florida just dodged a bullet. Wow, Edmonton should have finished there. Bobrovsky with 2 saves, 3 saves. Ekblad with a save.
Forsling gets it on the back end.
Hit the post.
Wow, how about the left skate here of Forsling? Off the post and then right here, right there, he makes the skate save and a beauty.
Frederick almost put it in.
And they were doing that with 2 forwards for the Oilers. Frederick and Skinner. Henrique left because he broke his stick on the initial play.
Face off to the left of Bobrovsky.
And Bobrovsky.
Glove side. Won by Florida.
There's Wallman who scored the 4th.
Edmonton keeps it in.
Kulikov over to play the puck for Marchand. Stepped in by Henrique. Deflects out off Marchand. Sent it deep by Frederick. Off the glass to the left of Bobrovsky.
What a game.
For Florida. Game 4, tied at 4. In overtime. Period 4. Puck deflected in by Kane. Rose Marinen with it for the Panthers. Outward pass Marchand.
Here's Marshy.
Marchand cuts to the middle. Slides it across. Greer chasing. Greer held up.
Florida threatening.
Puck sent towards the net by Jones. Blocked. Flipped ahead. Kapanen. Delayed offside. Greer. Held up by Kulak. Puck sent along by Gadjevich. Now Bouchard. Up the boards. Evander Kane battling.
Good job by Kane.
Pass intended for Nosek.
Got to get it out. And he does.
Kane comes together. And the Panthers
Huge
are
play by Evander Kane right there. Just saved the goal.
Wow. Reminder, your defensive zone is the farthest away from your bench. So the challenge of making good changes.
17:06 to go in the overtime.
Don't get caught out there too long. And
4-4.
you're not changing when the other team is coming back the other way, where you give up an odd man situation. So change before you're tired is at all possible.
Corey Perry sends the puck out. Knocked down by Forsling. Now Ekholm sweeps it ahead. Pass intended for Clark Colson. Now Kachuk. Pucks to control. By
Draisaitl almost. No one can control the puck.
Walden back on it. Deep Bennett to the puck. Third overtime game of this series.
Here's Draisaitl.
Draisaitl maintains control of the puck. Set by Tkachuk, taken away by Verhaeghe.
Here comes Florida, 4-on-3.
Good back check by Draisaitl. Now the puck sent ahead.
Oh no! Perry couldn't handle it. Took a huge hit too. Here comes Florida.
Back the other way. 4 minutes into overtime. It's a Florida icing.
Wow. Perry missed on a golden opportunity.
He's already been out there a minute, 2 seconds.
Couldn't get to it.
But the hit by Forsling on Perry.
McDavid gonna take the face-off to the right of Borowski. 16 minutes, 4 seconds in overtime.
McDavid with Brown
Big
and
face-off.
Forward line for Edmonton. McDavid
Won by the Oilers. Ooh, wide. Waldman almost nailed one home.
Wallman keeps it alive. For McDavid. McDavid towards the net. Blocked in front. Reinhart clears.
Florida 3-on-2.
Here comes Verhaeghe. Pass broken up. Verhaeghe with it again. And now the Oilers gain control.
Oilers defense got lucky there.
Center. Reinhart kept it away from McDavid. Edmonton offside.
Ow.
Game 4 tonight in overtime. Fly to Edmonton tomorrow, 8 Eastern, right here on TNT. Game 5, Panthers, Oilers. Pre-game show starts.
Everyone left the stream with the Oilers up 4-3. They probably went to bed thinking the Oilers won. Crazy.
Lundell unit out. Henrique wins the faceoff. Nurse wrists the puck around. Stick over for Florida. Rostarinen to Lundell. Knocked out of the air by Jeff Skinner. Chased by Kulikov. Hit by Frederick. Henrique and Stick came together. Puck sent down by
Another
Rostarinen.
icing on Florida.
No icing.
No.
Nurse back to retrieve.
No icing. Goalie had to play it.
Lead after one. Edmonton 3 in the second. Scored the goal-ahead goal in the third. And then Reinhart tied it. With 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Long outlet pass. No icing because Henrique got a stick on it. Bobrovsky up the right side. Rostarinen. And now Lundell. Beautiful pass.
Here's Marshy.
And in with a shot was Smith. That was blocked. And the Oilers clear.
Nice shot by Wallman there on the shot block. Nice exit out of the zone by the Panthers.
High stress.
By Rostarinen.
High anxiety moment.
Who was allowed just one. After replacing Skinner.
Icing. No icing on Edmonton. Florida out of their own end.
Puts the puck down. Into the left defender.
And icing
Florida icing.
on Florida. 14:20 to go.
Nice pass there by Lundell. The defense for the Edmonton Oilers backing way off. And we got the D-man Schmidt walking in.
What a game.
There you see a beautiful shot block there by
Oilers need to score
Big
soon. The longer they let Florida
Out together.
hang around,
One by Draisaitl for Ekholm. Ekholm with a shot.
the worse it is for them.
Gadjevich flips the puck in.
Here comes Florida.
There's Rostarinen. Put a move on Bouchard who stays with him. Wallman comes over to play the puck. Now Corey Perry. Bouchard with it. Back around for Ekholm. Panthers get some fresh skaters on the ice. Ekholm. Now Perry. Perry for Draisaitl. David met by Ekblad. Unable to get it deep. Here's Reinhart. Back into the Edmonton zone. Pickard moves it up the boards. Ekblad keeps it alive. And now it's Ekholm for Edmonton. He played 6.5 minutes in overtime. Tied at 4.
Feels like 20 minutes of overtime. Turnover.
Here's Reinhardt. He tied the game. Ekholm stayed with him. Bouchard moves the puck ahead. Perry battling for it. Reinhardt
It's Florida. Hit the post. Wow, Bennett almost ended it. Oh, McDavid missed in front of the crease. Wow.
Oilers keep it alive.
Oilers got so lucky there. Here's Kachuk to Rodriguez. Slams it in. Wow, Florida should have finished there.
Sam Bennett coming that close to winning game.
What a game.
For the Florida Panthers hit the post behind Pickard. Right off the crossbar. Now Kulak bottled up. Marchand.
Oh, another save. Pickard.
Marchand keeps it alive. Marchand for Lundell. And now Colson will move the puck ahead for Brown. Left ahead by Ekblad.
Florida looks good. Oh, turnover. Marchand comes up with it.
Ducks to the middle. Marchand with a shot.
Save.
Arena might have got a piece of that, Kenny, after Marchand's shot.
Wow.
But a couple of A-plus chances for
Florida's going to win if Edmonton doesn't wake up.
Long shift here for the Oilers.
Edmonton hanging on by a thread.
Off the glove,
Saved
off the bar. Wow.
by Pickard off the crossbar.
Unreal save for Pickard. Just gets enough of it. Great job by all 5 Florida Panthers to
Oilers need a goal quick.
stretch plays that McDavid and Draisaitl were trying to connect on. Forsling and Ekblad did a terrific job on them.
11:40 to go in overtime. Florida wins the faceoff. They keep it in.
Out to the point. Golikov. Backhanded by Gazovich.
Oh, nice play in front
Play by Greer.
by Greer.
Out of the zone. Golikov with it for Florida. Now Smith.
Edmonton hanging on by a thread.
Third overtime. That shot by Nosek blocks.
Florida starting to overwhelm them.
Here comes Nosek. Takes Kane to the boards.
Loose puck.
And now the Oilers moving ahead. Taken away from Frederick by Smith.
Uh-oh. Good D by Edmonton. Barkov almost had a breakaway.
Vander Kane into the Florida zone. Oilers go for a change. Into this pass, knocked down by Kane. Kulak back on it for the Oilers, and then across the Nurse. Here comes Kulak in a 4-4 game, overtime in Sunrise, Florida. Kulak battling along the wall with Jones. Barkov over to pick up the puck. Around for Nikola. Here comes Kapanen. And now for Hagee.
Florida dumps it in.
That's the stick of Pickard, Reinhardt, and Kulak. And now it's Nurse over to help.
Kept in.
For the Panthers. Flips it off the glass. Far corner. Forsling steps up. Step save by Pickard.
Nice save, Pickard. Another save, Pickard.
Comes to Forsling. Sends in deep behind the net. Kulak ties up for Hagee. Nurse able to move the puck out of the zone. Ekblad quickly back in.
Long shift for Edmonton.
Puck sent back around for Nurse. Held in by Kachuk. Kachuk flips one. That's blocked in front and cleared by Darnell Nurse.
Nurse just saved him for the moment.
Into the Edmonton zone, no icing. This defensive pair for Edmonton has to get off the ice.
Come on, Edmonton. You got to make something happen. Florida applying a lot of pressure.
Kulak
Marchand, nice forecheck. Stolen. Another save. Edmonton. Here comes Edmonton. Connor Brown whiffs. Here's McDavid. Keeps it in. Florida clears.
He moves it out of his own. Bouchard with it for the Oilers. Now Ekholm. Clock closing. Cross-ice pass.
Oh, Perry scored! That's it! Or Draisaitl did. One of them. And Edmonton ties the series 5-4 on a Florida turnover in the neutral zone. We got a series. Great job by Pickard. I'm glad. I want this to go 7. This has been amazing.
The Oilers.
Leon Draisaitl.
Down after 1. Draisaitl sets an NHL record with his 4th overtime goal of this postseason.
Wow.
And his 2nd in the Stanley Cup final.
Leon Draisaitl.
We talked about it.
Wow.
The change.
And Pickard, huge game and goal for Edmonton.
He's looking at Corey Perry, but this puck goes all the way.
Skinner played well too. He just was on a penalty kill the whole first period. Wow.
And when you direct it towards the net,
right off the line change.
And with one hand on the stick, the Edmonton Oilers have tied this series up at 2.
I think he went 5-hole too.
The Oilers showed tonight.
5-hole on the defender and the goalie. Holy shit.
They could have packed it in so many times.
Put it between the goalie and the defenseman's legs.
In overtime.
Wow, what a game.
See the excitement that his teammates have for him. What a job he did for his team.
Edmonton is bugging. We got a series. We got a major series.
First time in NHL history in a cup final, a team leading by at least 3 goals after the first period loses a game. Our real difference maker delivered by Chipotle. Corey Perry retrieves the historic puck for Leon Draisaitl, who joins Don Bones Rawley, 1950, and John LeClair, 1993. Third
John LeClair.
Score multiple overtime goals in one Stanley Cup final series.
What a game.
So the Oilers win it 5-4 in overtime and tie the series at 2. An incredible game, an incredible series. NHL on TNT postgame presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. Coming up next, for Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Jackie Redmond, and Darren Pang. I'm Kenny Albert, leaving the game after these messages.
Holy shit.
Come on, try these. Let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car,
home, boat,
RV coverage.
Great. Apply coverages, because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90?
Push him up there. You've got this, Glenn.
Am I going to feel this? I felt that. Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
OMG, they must think we're so dumb that we'll just fly into that bug zapper and die. Lol, I die. And now this Orkin Pro?
Wow. Crazy, crazy series. Crazy. Edmonton got very fortunate tonight. They played their asses off to get back into it. They didn't get many calls. Florida is going to wish they didn't blow. This is a big L for Florida now. I feel like the whole series has swung again. Crazy. Florida was up 3-0. Edmonton goes up 4-3. Almost chokes. And then comes up with a fucking goal in overtime. And it wasn't a crazy goal. There was mistakes made. All it takes is one fucking mistake in hockey. And that's all she wrote. The Saturday night's going to be amazing. UFC and hockey. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm psyched. Hopefully that hockey game's over right around the good fights for UFC. Will be a perfect night. Fucking Edmonton. Huge comeback win. Huge comeback win. Huge comeback win. Unbelievable. We'll check out some of the post game. I'm going to smoke the end of my bowl. Finish my shot. Have a cigarette. We can shoot the shit. Borowski finally chokes.
What they do with
Edmonton just stole all the momentum. This is going to be a great end. We got a best of 3 series. First team to win 2. Series is going 6 or 7 no matter what now. Crazy. Shit's crazy. I got to call it a night. Love you guys. Tomorrow night, NBA Finals. Game 4. Have a good night. Thank you for joining me. I got to get some Z's. Peace.